Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the Kristian Harloff Show. I am John Rocha. Don't adjust your sets. Yes, I am sitting in to host the show today, and I'm excited because it's the first time I'll be hosting with Mike Kalinowski in forever. So we do have Mike, the killer himself, joining us. We're going to have some fun talking about stuff going on with Star Wars, some Ahsoka stories, some stuff going on with the Avengers 28 years later, Jurassic Park, the new Jurassic Park film. So there's a lot we're going to cover. Plus, we got a special guest showing up a little bit later, a special guest who might have something to tell us here in the world of entertainment. So stay tuned for that as we go along. All right, let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. It's the Kristian Harloff Show. All right, welcome everybody to the Kristian Harloff Show. Excited to be jumping into all the stuff we're going to be talking about today. And listen, there's a lot we're going to be going through, a lot we're going to be exploring, a lot we're going to be talking about. And I certainly can't do it alone. I didn't want to do it alone. And I'm very fortunate that an old friend of mine is joining me here on the Kristian Harloff Show. It is the great Mike Kalinowski. How are you, Mike?
Yeah, good. Now, buddy, first of all, you could do this by yourself. Oh, come on now. You're not giving yourself enough credit.
It's not as much fun.
I'm happy to join, and it is not as much fun doing it by yourselves. But hey, look at that screenshot for you right there. Froze for you.
Yeah.
We're all good. We're all good.
You got the stubble going on. Are you contemplating growing the hair out, or is it just kind of in between cuts right now? See it creeping over the ears. So I'm just asking.
Yeah, it's long on the sides there. No, it's work dependent. So right now I've been doing a lot of certain want to roll at work, so I don't have to be clean shaven. So.
Oh, nice.
I'll take it when I can. Yeah, I got to shave it probably about a week, but yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, man.
Well, we got so much to get into, Mike, and of course, we should remind the people who are listening to us, super chats are super important for the show here on the Kristian Harloff Show. Roxy is leading the week right now, 83, with 83 super chats. You and Steph won last week, so I'm hoping
we did.
You might be the lucky charm today, and we can beat those 83 super chats. I mean, come on, the killer and the outlaw, we got to be able to do it.
This is a dynamic duo. This is one for the ages now. Come on now. Something you don't see every day. Let's go, people.
Bring it in. Toss in all your stuff here. So, all right. So let's get it going here. Let's start with the first story. Let's talk about this Ahsoka story. Let me bring it up here. And I always have to figure out how to do this because that's how it goes in this place. I don't have the skills that Kristian Harloff does necessarily. So, and I'll make it a little bit bigger so we can all read it here. Boom. All right, I'm getting out of the comments section. Let's get into it. So Ahsoka season 2 story details reveal what's become of Ivanna Sakhno's Shin Hati. The first minor plot details for the second season of Ahsoka have been shared online, and they reveal what became of Ivanna Sakhno's Shin Hati following the season 1 finale. In the season 1 finale of Ahsoka, several characters were left stranded on Peridea when Grand Admiral Thrawn and his Night Sisters escape with Ezra Bridger stowing away on their ship, with former Jedi Balin's skull, of course, the late great Ray Stevenson, setting off on his own to discover the secrets of the planet. His apprentice, Shin Hati, is left to battle Ahsoka Tano and Sabine Wren. Shin survives, and it was a pretty good fight there, and we last see her approaching a group of bandits with her lightsaber raised, seemingly as a gesture of surrender. Hati's intentions were not fully made clear, but a short passage from the upcoming Star Wars Women of the Galaxy book reveals that she does indeed join forces with these bandits before continuing her crusade to bring down Ahsoka and her allies. Shin teams with the roving bandits on Peridea and resumes her hunt for Sabine and Ezra. Without Balin to temper it, Shin's impulsiveness could lead to challenging scenarios on the far-flung planet where she is stranded. Updates on the second season of Ahsoka have been sparse, but production is expected to get underway later this year. We recently learned, of course, that Scottish actor Rory McCann, and Jeff broke that on the hot mic, best known for playing the Hound on HBO's Game of Thrones, is set to take over as Balin Skull in season 2. And Stevenson, who sadly died back in May of 2023. Good God, it's almost 2 years. Whew, wow, that's crazy. Just before his 58th birthday, played the villain as former Jedi in the series, and the finale featured his last scene as the character as we see the powerful Force wielder standing on the ruins of a mountainside sculpture of the Mortis god. So, interesting plot details here, Mike. What are your thoughts when you hear this stuff? Oh, sorry about that. What are your thoughts when you hear that stuff? Is it exciting to make sense?
Yeah. I get, like, for me, Ahsoka was so insider baseball because I didn't follow Rebels and Clone Wars. Yeah. So I was more invested with Shin and Balin. So, and then Rey's passing but I am glad to see they're moving on with the new actor. I remember you guys had broke that who the actor doing it. So like that to me is, honoring the past and kind of moving on. It's such a good character.
Right.
So I was more invested in his stuff because he was new to me, the two of them, as opposed to the Rebels crew. So for me, that gets me excited.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like this in the fact that you're keeping the character consistent. And I like that you're focusing on her, like on her story, right? Because I think a lot of people enjoyed what Ivanna Sakhno did in the show with Shin Hati. The writing, the construction of the show overall, yes, it's certainly open for criticism, but her performance pretty much across the board, a lot of people thoroughly enjoyed, a young up-and-coming actress. And so getting to see more with her, I hope it's not like, okay, there's this one thing and then we're moving away from it quickly. I hope we get some time with her,
Yeah, I mean, I would think, I would originally thought maybe they'll not focus on Baylan and focus on her, but if they recast the actor, that's definitely going to be, the duo again. So, that she was the most exciting thing I think of that show. So, I think it's a good way to lean into that.
Yeah, and I think, I think you cast Rory McCann because Rory McCann is not going to overshadow Ivanna Sakhno. So it's pretty clear to me that they want to focus on how can I say, the fleshing out Shin Hati a little bit more. And look, she's about to be the main villain in the Megan 2.0 film, the sequel to the
is that her?
Yeah, that's her playing the blonde robot there who's being the main villain. So she's she's going to be building up a name here as she does more and more projects. Rory McCann, an actor on the tail end of his career here as he's a character actor, so he's not going to overshadow her, right? Rey's version of Baylan was guiding her in her impulsiveness. Clearly now they want the focus to be on Shin Hati. And sure, we'll have Baylan coming in Rory and what he's doing, but I think they cast an actor who's not going to take the shine off Ivanna in any way, shape, or form because they want to focus on her. So giving her more to do with these Raiders, maybe she'll learn things that'll make her even more of a formidable foe, right, for Ahsoka and Sabine when they meet again. Yeah,
and if I'm trying to remember the show because Baylan, he was sure quote unquote bad guy, but there were it was more of an honor thing, and that's why that guy was so good. And the loyalty and honor. So maybe there'll be some kind of mentor. I know it's played a lot the mentor mentee kind of antagonism towards each other, but who knows?
Yeah. But either way, it's going to be fun to see what they explore here. And I'm curious about this book, Mike. Why do they do this? Why do they release information in a book before a series even comes out? I don't understand the logic in this. Do you?
That's Harloff's crux or hill to die on because people don't. No one. The books are for the fans. So, but then a lot of either Kathleen Kennedy or Filoni don't like the books and they don't want to address the books and the books don't exist. But now you're saying all this is in the books. It's the character before. So I'm just I don't know, man. I got too much to read as it is. So I'm not picking them up, but maybe it's those people that love that stuff and they dive into it. So when they see it, as long as when we show up, we're not lost. And wait, what happened? Where'd they get that ship? What happened? And it's it's in the book. Got to read the books.
Well, the other part of this is interesting because it says, without Baylan and temperament, Shin's impulsiveness could lead to challenging scenarios on the far-flung planet where she is stranded. So does that imply that is she going to be on that planet kind of working through things, getting to Ahsoka, or trying to get off the planet to get to Ahsoka for a few episodes before she finally confronts Ahsoka? Are we going to be is this almost like not a two-hander, but a three-hander? We're following Thrawn, we're following Ahsoka, we're following Shin Hati. I wonder if that's what they're setting up here.
I don't know. How long should she be on that planet? Should we be stuck there the whole episode or the whole show?
I don't know. Maybe half the show. Yeah.
But we'll see.
Got to build her up for sure. Yeah. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments section. What's your speculation for this? What do you think it means for her and where she's going to be going and what she's going to be doing on these planets? And what scenarios do you anticipate that she's going to get herself into with her impulsiveness? I'll be curious to see what that's all about. All right, let's move on to some Jurassic Park news here, Michael. This is going to be interesting for us.
All right.
Near and dear to your heart. Let's get into this stuff.
Spending every 7 days a week almost down in that Jurassic World. Ay.
Go. So apparently, Jurassic Park star Sam Neill will now joining the MonsterVerse. He is set to star in Godzilla versus Kong 3, or X-Kong 3, I guess you got to say that. 3 decades after squaring off, after, come on, comicbook.com, get it together, comicbookmovie.com. 3 decades after squaring off against the T-Rex, Sam Neill is set to face off with a pair of monsters far larger than anything the planet has ever seen. He's joined Legendary's Godzilla and Kong. Multiple sources are reporting that Sam Neill has joined the cast of Legendary's next MonsterVerse installment, tentatively titled Godzilla X Kong 3. Plot details are being kept strictly under wraps for now, but the studio has teased that the new film, which is being helmed by Grant Sputor, I hope I'm saying that right, will follow, quote, several new human characters alongside the beloved and iconic titans Godzilla and Kong as they face off against a cataclysmic world-ending threat. It's up for debate what that cataclysmic world-ending threat could be, but the previous film's director Adam Wingard teased last year that if he were to direct the next film, Destoroyah might be in the cards. Oof, wow, now they're going deep cuts. Speaking with discussing film, he said, I'll say this. One of my top Godzilla movies is Godzilla versus Destoroyah. The reason it's one of my favorites is I don't think any other Godzilla movie, maybe outside of -1 and the 1954 original, has ever hit such emotional highs. The ending of that film, when Godzilla Jr. dies, spoiler alert, and subsequently Godzilla freaking melts to death, is so poignant and also beautiful in the way that they do it. The first time I saw it, it brought tears to my eyes, and part of that is thanks to Akira Ifukube's grand score that plays in that scene. It's crazy because you look at Godzilla versus Destoroyah, and it's a very high-end version of having a guy in a Godzilla suit. I would say it's probably the peak of it because I don't think it's been matched in terms of that version. The quality and the scale of having Godzilla brought to life through an actor in a suit. But that's the thing for me. If I were going to do another one of these films, I would want to hit that kind of emotional resonance with Godzilla as a character this time. That's what I'll say for now. So interesting stuff there, Mike. But Sam Neill will, if he joins, will be joining the star cast that includes Caitlin Dever, Jack O'Connell, who is fantastic in Sinners, by the way, Delroy Lindo, who is also fantastic in Sinners, Matthew Modine, Alicia Debnam Carey, and Dan Stevens reprising his role from the last film. Dever will headline the human cast with O'Connell playing her brother and Stevens reprising his role. Grant Sputor is directing, who did I Am Mother, The Furnace, We Buried the... I don't know any of those movies, with a screenplay from Godzilla scribe David Callahan. All right, so this is interesting, Mike. I mean, we're talking about Sam Neill, who is known for one franchise that deals with large creatures in dinosaurs, and now moving into another one. Do you like this idea? Does this make sense to you?
Well, let me ask you this first. Okay. What's your thoughts on these films in general? Because I know they said this is Godzilla versus Kong 3.
Godzilla X Kong, 3.
But that's King. We got King of Monsters in there. We got so this whole monster verse in the show.
Yeah.
What's your thought on these films in general?
I think they're fun films. I think sometimes they're not as strong. Like the one that came out during COVID with King Kong in the Underworld. That wasn't that great with Rebecca Hall. That wasn't that strong.
Yeah, that was like right when COVID, we were able to go to movies, right? Like
exactly, yeah. But the last one I thought was a lot of fun, and I know the critics went after it and destroyed it. But for what it was, I thought it was a lot of fun. It's not Godzilla -1 in any way, shape, or form. And the more they try to bring emotion to it, like they did, I think, with Millie Bobby Brown and Vera Farmiga, I was like, I don't need that shit. That's not what I'm here for. So I think they smartly adjusted in the last one to make it much more about them, you know?
Okay. So I didn't see the last. That was the one with like the baby Kong and the the power glove, right? Yeah. Like, so for me, it's like every time they introduce these actors, I'm like, it doesn't matter. I don't care who you're throwing in there. It's true. Like, but you say, like, I thought they learned their lesson with that, didn't they? Like, I thought, like, I liked King of Monsters, like Kyle Chandler and all of them. Like, that was my favorite one of all of them. But was it Vera Farmiga was in there? Like, but I think they realized they're like, people don't care about these. They just want to see Kong and Godzilla beat the hell out of each other. But you got to have actors in there. Yeah. But then again, you know, Godzilla -1, I cared more about. I didn't understand a word they were saying. I had to watching subtitles, but I loved it because you cared about them. You don't need words to care about your humans. But Sam Neill, he brings a certain gravitas to it. So, that's a great shot of me. Look at that one.
I think this is like Transformers, isn't it? Like, you bring in Stanley Tucci, you bring in Frances McDormand, and so to give some credibility, you bring in Sam Neill and have him be I wonder if Sam Neill has worked with Dan Stevens' character or if he's, you know, got some kind of connection to Caitlin Dever and Jack O'Connell. So there's all kinds of things. But you're bringing in some pretty high caliber actors to be a part of this. And I think they all get that. Look, we're in for the paycheck and we're in to have some fun. So we'll lend our credibility to this film and enjoy doing it. But Sam is an interesting choice. Like, how do you just resist making the comparisons to Jurassic World?
I'm assuming he's some kind of scientist, expert, paleontologist, and hey, that's what Maybe it was the script was like, you know what, we really need a Sam Neill type. Like, well, why don't we just see if we can get Sam Neill? The director's like, write him a Sam Neill type. Let's go ask him. Let's see what he's doing.
I wonder if is this? They can't cross over, right? This ain't kind of this are two different studios. I mean, so. But who knows, man?
Who knows, man? I think it's Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah, it is Warner Brothers. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's fascinating.
Who knows?
He does great work when he pops in, right? I mean, I thought it was good when he pops into these big films, and certainly he was fantastic in Peaky Blinders.
Never bad.
Yeah. I mean, you wonder though, right? I mean, like you said, this really strong casting with all these actors being a part of this thing. Are they going to start giving a little more emotion to play?
Rebecca Hall, they said, is in it, right?
Rebecca Hall was in.
But she's not in this one?
I don't think she's in this one because she wasn't.
But Dan Stevens in, and Dan Stevens was in the last one.
Yeah,
so he's carryover.
Yes.
Like, I still don't know what happened to Charles Dance. He was supposed to found the one thing's head back before Mega Godzilla, and we haven't seen Charles Dance.
Right. What about Brian Tyree Henry? Isn't he becoming a consistent part of these as well? I think.
He's like a tech guy, wasn't he?
No, he was a conspiracy blogger guy.
Yeah, him and Millie Bob Brown, and then the guy Russell from Deadpool 2.
Right,
he was there. They were in their van. Who knows where he is now? I don't lose track of this shit.
Yeah, Bernie Hayes. He was in Godzilla X Kong, and then Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, which was last year. It felt like it was 2 years ago, this movie, but it was actually.
I'll say this. I'll say this about these films. They are nailing them on a consistent basis, man. They are getting them out there. So, and the quality is always good. That you never look at this like these effects suck. No, they look great.
Yeah.
So good for them, man. If they can keep knocking this stuff out every couple of years, every 2 years.
Yeah,
hey, man.
I guess that's a good point. Yeah,
and they're clearly making money, or they wouldn't make them.
Right.
So whatever formula they've cracked, I say go for it. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but I was really kind of disappointed because it seemed like King of Monsters, they were going to start bringing all the other Titans out, but now they always go back to Kong and Godzilla, or Kong versus some other monkey. It's like,
right.
Come on, man, dude. There's so many different Titans out there. Make these things different so that But I'm a minority in that.
Yeah, Rebecca Hall's been in the last two. But she is not listed so far in the cast for this one. So maybe Caitlin Dever has taken her spot. Maybe Rebecca was a little out of it. Have they done? Wait, where are they at on the studio? Because what episode have they shown? Because Rebecca's in one of the episodes. Rebecca's in one of the episodes, and I'm
not onto that one yet, so I don't.
Oh, really? Okay.
No.
Yeah, I can't remember which episode she's in, but she's in one of the episodes. I don't know where they're at right now. Episode 5. Oh, so we got a little bit to go, but yeah, she pops up in it as cameo. I mean, everybody has a cameo in that series. So yeah, but I mean, the Caitlin Dever thing is interesting too, because she is really an up and coming actress, and she's about to be, she's about to have more screen time as Abby in The Last of Us. So season 2. So gotta be curious if this is all just kind of the ascension of Caitlin Dever up to higher status, A-list status. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But I like the Sam Neill. Like you said, he brings a certain kind of, kind of Sam approach Neill to it. Yeah, it's a good choice. All right. Well, let's see. Let's do one more story. And actually, though, where are we gonna? Should we hit the break? I think we should hit the break. Let's hit the break, man, because it's a weird kind of show. So we kind of have to go through this stuff and figure it out. So I'll take a break here. So Mike, I'll take you down, and I'll hit a break here in just a second. So. All right. Oh, I got to go solo. Okay. So those are the stories. Well, let us know what you think about it. What do you think Sam Neill's going to play? I'm sure it's not going to be a crossover, but wouldn't it be fun if it was? What would be your fantasy crossover with Sam Neill playing the same character from Jurassic World or Jurassic Park into this franchise? Could there be shades of it? Will there be a line from the Jurassic World movies or Jurassic Park movies where Sam gets a little meta wink or snicker out of it or smirk out of it? Let us know all that in the comment section. And what do you think of the Ahsoka? For those of you catching up to the show, a little bit late. What are your thoughts on the Shin Hati news and her storyline? Let us know what you think about all of that in the comment section, and keep the Streamlabs coming. We're at our super chats coming. We're at 41. That's amazing. Already almost half of what Roxy did yesterday. She is the one to beat. You got the Outlaw, you got the Killer on here. So get us past 83 today, and hopefully get us the victory for the week. But let's hear from some supporters here of the Kristian Harloff Show, and make sure to listen and see if any of these products or any of these services stand out to you. And if there's anything you actually want to get into and try out here. And remember to use the code from Kristian Harloff. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
It's kickoff time. What's that mean? It means the tax season is here, everybody. I know it's not the most exciting time. I get it. But it is a great opportunity to make some smart money moves. What is Kickoff? They are the #1 credit building app in the App Store, and plans start at just $5 a month. There's no credit check. There's no hidden fees. There's no interest. For me, it's all about building my credit. I'm trying to get some stuff going this year with my family. It's why I moved. You got to build your credit. But for Kickoff, I heard about them. We found out about them. The way that works with sponsors is like, do you think this would be a right fit for your show? And I said, would it be ever? And it changed my credit quick, because if your credit is under 600, you could jump to like 84 points with on-time payments. It's a legit credit hack. It's got no catch. It's got no credit check. It's got no hidden fees, and it has no interest. It's simple. You make on-time payments. Credit bureau sees good behavior, which can mean that your credit grows fast. So the beauty of it is that you can start building credit right away with your first month free with our special tax season promo. With AutoPay, you never have to worry about missing a payment, so you can build credit in your sleep. You sign up in minutes from your phone. There's no credit check to cancel any time. It's the #1 credit building app out there. It has over 10,000 positive reviews on the App Store, and 98% of them 5 stars. So tax season is the perfect time to take control of your financial future. For a limited time, get your first month free at getkickoff.com/Kristian. Do not wait. That is kickoff without the C. Get your first month free at getkickoff.com/Kristian. So you must sign up via getkickoff.com/Kristian to activate this offer. Offer applies to new customers, first month only. Individual results may vary, subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply. Kickoff credit score starts at $5 a month for 12 months. Average first year credit score impact of plus 84 points. Vantage score 3.0 between January 2023 and January 2024. For Kickoff credit account users who started with a score below 600, who paid on time and had no delinquencies or collections added to their credit profile during the period. Late payments may negatively impact your credit score. I have 2 kids. I have a 7-year-old and a 13-year-old, and they're both learning about money. And for me, I'm always trying to teach them to be responsible with money. Because where do you think kids learn the most about money? Is it their parents, their teachers, or Taylor Swift? No, it's not Taylor Swift. 81% of their kids say parents. 81%. I wish I learned that kind of stuff when I was younger. My dad taught me. I didn't listen as much. I didn't have this kind of idea. And that's what Acorns does. This episode is sponsored by Acorns Early. April is Financial Literacy Month, the perfect time to start teaching your kids the value of money. And Acorns Early make it easy with their smart money app and debit card for kids. Acorns Early Chores Tracker teaches the kids how hard work does pay off. It sets up tasks in the app, it sets a payment amount, and you tick off the chore when it's done. Easy. Saving goals help kids turn saving into a habit. They can even choose their own target dates and turn on their optional autosave feature to help them get there. It's great because kids need a sense of independence, and they get it when they're spending what they earn with their very own debit card, and they get to choose from 35 plus customizable and designs. Kids can build up their money knowledge and their confidence with bite-sized financial lessons. And the best part is parents can keep track of where and when the kids are spending. You get real-time spend notifications, set your kids' spending limits, and instantly block lost or stolen cards. I love this. It works. It has been a game changer for my 13-year-old. She knows, she understands, she's starting to balance when to spend money, how to save money. It has worked. So if you're ready to help your kids grow money skills that'll last a lifetime, head on over to acornsearly.com/Kristian or download the Acorns Early app to get started. Sign up now, and your first month is on us. Acorn's early card is issued by Community Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC, pursuant to license by MasterCard International. TNCs apply. Monthly subscription fees starting from $5 per month unless canceled.
All right, there you go. Just adjusted my headphones there. Fantastic people supporting the Kristian Harloff Show. So make sure you use the codes. Make sure you try those things out because, I mean, the way to keep supporting it, not everyone can send in super chats, not everyone can send in Streamlabs. But if there are things that you want to use, things you want to try to help your life here through the people who are sponsoring the Kristian Harloff Show, then that's a way to kind of make sense to use your money in that direction, and you're supporting the show as well. And they'll keep coming back to support the show in the long term. All right, Mike Kalinowski is back here.
Yeah, buddy.
What's going on with your glasses? Are you good? Are you ready to go? Are you ready to jump into this stuff?
They're my readers, man. I need them when I'm reading stuff.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Well, let's keep moving in here. Let's take a look at the next story here. And this is a little bit of a.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah.
We're at 40 some odd questions already. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're killing it, buddy.
We're at 53 right now. So we might get to 83. Hopefully by the time we even get to the questions, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Thank you to everyone who's sending stuff in. All right, let's get into this thing here. This is the next thing, and let's get in. It's 28 years later. The next 28 years later trailer will launch tomorrow. All right, I got content on the channel. The second trailer for Danny Boyle's 28 years later is set to launch tomorrow, with Sony Pictures having unveiled a countdown video to the new trailer launch. In the nearly 2-minute clip, glimpses of the trailer can be seen, while much of it focuses on a bunch of red skulls rolling into the shape of a biohazard sign, as you see there, that often forms part of the logo for this series. The first trailer launched late last year and was a massive success, becoming the most watched horror trailer in 2024 at 60.2 million global views. It was also the second biggest horror trailer of all time, behind only It Chapter 2 at 96 million views at launch. The trailer also received much acclaim, so much so that the studio quickly moved the digital release of the original 2002 film 28 days later forward to hit digital stores within days of that trailer release. Alex Garland returns to pen the script for the new film, which stars Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Ray Fiennes, and Jack O'Connell. Wow, Jack's all over the place now.
Yeah, man, that guy crazy.
He's working. It marks the first of a new trilogy of films in the series, each with a budget said to be in the range of $75 million. Check back tomorrow at 12 a.m. PT, 3 a.m. ET, and 5 p.m. Australian time for the clip. I got to stay up till midnight. The film opens June 20th of this year. Oh, the life of a YouTuber. Michael, your thoughts on did you get a chance to see this one? The teaser show is about 2.5 minutes. Did you get a chance to see it?
I saw the first one.
Okay.
I don't know which one that is. There's a new one out. I did not see it. These, I saw that movie late. I didn't see it in theaters. Not my cup of tea. These movies, not the movie, not the movie itself.
Okay.
This type of movie.
Gotcha. Zombie movies is what you're saying,
right? Yeah, that's not my thing. Yeah, I remember when it came out, and I'd seen it a couple years later, and I was like, "Oh, this is a really different take on zombie movies and everything." But not my cup of tea. So when the trailer drops, I'm not rushing to catch it.
Wow, fascinating. Okay.
Yeah,
it is for me. I like it. I'm with you. Sometimes the zombie genre can get a little like, okay, I get it. The best of the Walking Dead, those are great. That's great stuff. Some of the best of the George Romero approaches to Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, the Zack Snyder one I thought was good.
I like that one.
Yeah, his remake or his reboot of that was really cool. But yeah, but then you get something like World War Z, and you're like, or these other things that you're not 100% on board. But this one, I think, was really good because of the starkness in the approach and the darkness with which they went through it. So that first trailer playing that Rudyard Kipling poem, I think is what it was, that basically is a poem they used to turn people crazy in World War I.
It was that woman's voice just reciting it over and over again, right?
Yeah. And it was used apparently into torture by the Brits to torture their prisoners of war, to get them to tell stuff about what's going on with the enemy and reveal plans. So yeah, it's taking on a life of real deep horror and resonant horror and horror that's topical to what's going on. So I'm real curious to see what we're going to get in this new trailer. But the flashes we got were insane and just something that it seems like it's going to scare the shit out of a lot of people. And Brits, The Brits go darker than the Americans. The Brits love to go even darker than the Americans with their horror sometimes, and I think that's going to be exciting to see as well.
Okay,
Are there any zombie films that you enjoy, that you like, that you relate to or gravitate to?
Man.
Yeah.
I like World War Z up into a point.
Right.
But I'm like, maybe it's the concept of a zombie, and I know these ones are more feral and they run.
Yes.
Versus the ones that kind of just shamble around, and you're just like, I don't know, man. It takes a lot for a horror movie to kind of reel me in and get me invested.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, not something you gravitate to necessarily off the bat.
No.
So I totally get that for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, watch out, everybody. I can't believe he's here. PLD actually decided to grace us with his presence. That's
he's got the both of us again. He should talk to both of us now.
Does he shit talk you too?
Oh, of course he does. The only reason I don't get it is he'll go after you.
That's right. Well, I mean, jealousy can take many forms, and certainly seeing two strapping, good-looking, handsome men like us, it must drive him insane.
It is a burden to bear, and he just is upset about it. So,
yeah. When you're a Houston 5, but in everywhere else in the world a 2, it's tough. It's tough to carry the world. It's tough to carry that around in your life for sure. So.
Oh, Houston 5.
It can't be an easy existence. Anyway, welcome PLD. Welcome to hanging out in the chat there. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe. Am I going to stay up till midnight? Probably not. I'm probably going to wake up.
Come on. It's content you said for the channel. You got to do it.
It's true. Nuts.
So what they said, it's dropping Australia time?
Yeah, Australia time. Yeah. Craziness, man. So I guess that's their way to play it.
You got to do it. They're going to beat you to it.
Yeah. We'll see. All right, let's move on to another story here. This is something that I think you're going to have a lot more to talk about, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this.
We'll see about that.
Anthony Mackie's new Avengers is a return to form. Here we go. Mr. Captain America himself, Mike Kalinowski. It's no secret that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been creatively and less so financially on a rough road in recent years. The studio's post-Avengers Endgame titles have certainly been getting a frostier reception than the films that came before it for various reasons. It's hoped that with Thunderbolts or the new Fantastic Four, things will improve so that by the time the new Avengers films hit, even casual filmgoers might get excited for MCU films again. Anthony Mackie certainly thinks the upcoming Avengers Doomsday will mark a return to the better days of the studio's output. I mean, ironically, he's been a part of a lot of the studio's recent output, so...
He's saying it against himself. What are you doing, man? Like, it's a return to form. You've been in two of the two projects post Endgame.
Exactly. Speaking with IGN, just as Captain America Brave New World hits VOD already, goodness, Mackie says he's about to begin shooting and is damn excited. Quote, we're supposed to go out this week and we'll be out there doing it. Everybody's excited. I feel with the script and having the Russo brothers back, it's going to be great. I'm really excited for what this project is going to be. It's going to give the audience that old Marvel feeling that they always had. Mackie is one of the confirmed 37 cast names so far, alongside the likes of Robert Downey Jr., Hemsworth, Hiddleston, Paul Rudd, Simu Liu, Letitia Wright, and various X-Men, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four actors. Filming on the new Avengers will be running for the next few months ahead of the film's planned release on May 1st of 2026. Bro, I don't know how you start shooting an Avengers film now and think you're going to get it out by this time next year. That makes no sense to me with post-production issues. Zero.
I don't. This whole thing, first his comment I heard is like, well, kind of put your own movie under the bus.
Yeah.
Like, and then because like his whole thing was like, they were talking about like, oh, this is back to the old Winter Soldier days. This is make you feel at the Winter Soldier days. Like, no, it didn't do that. And you know, he wants to get people back and talk about the old Marvel way, but like the reason even the casual moviegoers outside of Little Film Twitterverse, they were caught up in going to see every movie and like, I can't miss this one. That's why Captain Marvel made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Like that movie's not very good, but it made, because every single person in America, I got to see this. I got to see it. Like, we don't even know who the Avengers are. Like, what are we talking about? And you're not getting casual moviegoers excited because casual moviegoers, like, I hate to say it, but the Thunderbolts box office, outlook, and I hate that they do that, but like, it's really soft. It's not looking good at all.
Right.
Because everyone is going, I'll see that on Disney Plus. It'll stream in a couple months. I'll see it. And then, so we'll have Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and then Secret or Doomsday. So
Doomsday, yeah.
What's going to get them hyped up to see it? Like,
yeah,
you can't just hope that the press for the movie is going to get people in. Like, I know people will chime in with like, oh, 70 billion people watched Chairs for 7 hours. Will those translate into box office dollars? Yeah. Are those people, those 200 million people that watch that, going to show up, to see the film? I don't think so.
Right.
It's easy to watch a YouTube video and put it on and leave it on your background. It is a lot harder to go and pay $25 to go see a movie.
Right. Right.
So,
especially with a brand right now and a franchise right now that's a bit on its heels in how it's trying to put itself back together. And Captain America, I mean, like, for every advance they made on Agatha and people liked Agatha, Captain America Brave New World knocked people back. It did. And so it's like, and although I thought the film was fine, I didn't think it was that bad of a movie as some other people thought. But like, it certainly wasn't a great Marvel film. And you were hoping to get a great Marvel film. And now you're like, oh, now you've got Anthony Mackie, who was the star of that film, who was the co-lead with Sebastian Stan in one of the main series to have come out. Now he's the one saying, we're going to get that old Marvel feeling again, which basically means other people are going to take the load off of me and I can just sit back a little bit and play Captain America part. I mean, because it seemed like by the end of the movie, he's going to put together the Avengers. Is that still going to happen, or is it someone else? People think the Thunderbolts are going to be the Dark Avengers coming in. Like, I mean, this is curious.
It's like, I'm trying to, we'll always go see these and we'll be there opening weekend to see them. And we're not the audience they need to get. Like,
the casuals, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, there's just no buildup. We don't know what's going on. And I get the hell. I rolled my eyes at it every X-Men cast member that was announced, because when the big Fox buyout happened and everyone was like, oh, we're finally going to get the X-Men.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, you know what, man? I'm going to be excited to see what they do with Fantastic Four, because Marvel does they do it right.
Yeah.
But now we're getting the old X-Men with a fresh coat of paint. It's like Hugh Jackman. We're gonna prop up Ian McKellen, the poor guy at 90 years old, and put him in the purple cape again. And like, I wish James Marsden never got a fair shake of Cyclops. And
true,
but
he won't hear.
We're doing Logan.
Yeah,
it's the end of the characters. We're giving him a final send off. Nah. We're gonna bring him back. Then you get, sorry, I froze there for a second. Then you get this beautiful thing. And there's Professor X in his giant yellow chair. But he's going to come back. He died in that one. He's coming back again.
Yeah.
And I get it, man. Deadpool Wolverine made $1 billion off nostalgia alone, because we all went apeshit when Wesley Snipes showed up and Jennifer Garner, and it was fun. Was it a good movie? No.
Wow.
It was fun. It was fun.
Right.
It wasn't a good movie. So now what are we just going to get a cameo fest of everyone popping up? Like, come on, man. And it's like, Deadpool Wolverine was supposed to reset the time, this is what the X-Men are going to be, and it's going to reset the multiverse and establish what it is. It didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Now this one is, and now we're getting Robbie Downey Jr. And I'm still not on the board with the Doom thing. I think I think he's a great actor.
Yes,
but again, I'm along for the ride. I'm there.
Right.
I'm not shutting it off. I'm not saying I'm not doing it, but
but it's pretty clear that they're going to keep him on as Doom. At least it seems to feel.
I think so.
Yeah, right?
I think so, man. I just...
Yeah.
I mean, Reed and Doom are two of the biggest rivals and best rivalries. That rival's up there with Batman and the Joker. And it seems like we're not even getting that. And he's going to have so many connections to the Avengers because of who it is. Right. So they must have an idea. They must know what they're doing. I want to have faith in the Russos because I really, what they did with Marvel, it was unheard of, and they deserve credit. But I will say this also: how much does that goodwill go?
How far?
Like, I like the Gray Man. I like the Gray Man.
Right.
But I know I'm a minority in that one.
Right.
But other than that,
and this to me a little bit, if I can make a sports analogy, it feels like the Dallas Cowboys. Like, okay, we've had some bad years, but we're bringing back some of the old players. We're re-signing them. because they took us to Super Bowls and blah, blah, blah. And we think we can make it happen. And so to me, this is an interesting situation when you look at it, because if they fumble Doomsday, where do they go from here, man? Where do they go from here? Because this is being hyped up to be their savior film.
But I think they won't, because it's going to pull Deadpool numbers because of people are just going to show up to see these characters again.
Yeah.
But Deadpool didn't do anything, because look what happened to the films after it. No one came back again. They went for that one big one.
Right.
So they'll show up for this one. I have no doubt in my mind this is not going to make $1 billion. It will. Yeah. It's going to print money. Does that mean it's going to be good? Does it mean it's going to, you might get a good jump start, but you got to fix the heart. You can attach those paddles and shock it, and it's going to give you those little bleeps.
You still got
to fix the heart if you want that thing to live on for 50 more years.
That's a fair point.
And all they keep doing is every couple of years they're going to roll out the shock cart with the Deadpool and the Wolverine and shock it. Boom! We got a heartbeat. We got a heartbeat. Let's go. And then a new doctor comes in and is like, "What did you do? Jeez, this guy's bleeding everywhere." I just finished the pit, so I'm in my medical.
You're in
medical. But it's a great analogy, because it's a dying patient, and you shock it, and we're like, "All right, we're back in. Can we get him up to surgery?" He's like, "No, there's a faint heartbeat. You did nothing."
Right.
All right, let's get back into what can we try? Let's stick a bubble up his bladder and inflate it with the air tube.
You're like, you kept him alive, but look at his condition. That's what you're saying. Look at the condition. You kept him alive.
Sometimes you're like, gotta do, and they'll never say it's DOA and like, all right, send him to the morgue. No. They won't do that. They're going to stick him in a chair with a tube and they'll wheel him out every now and then.
The other thing that concerns me, though, too, is listening to Jeff on the hot mic. Jeff said, like, they might not have they don't have a lock script. He seemed pretty clear on that, because they're still signing people to the movie. So if they're still signing people to the movie, and this is supposed to start shooting here in the next few days, and it's supposed to come out in a year with the post-production that they would do on a film like this, and this is going to be a massive film, to me, there's a lot of, yet again, there's that kind of like Marvel fear. And look, I don't want to hear from pundits, because I'll tell you this, Mike, it's driving me insane. All of these pundits are like, don't come for Superman unless you've read All-Star Superman. You don't know what he's doing. You don't get what he's... I shouldn't have to read a panel of that effing story to see if I like the film from what I think or not. I hate that.
Yeah. I love the fact that, like, seeing the trailer, I saw the influences 100%. Right. But I don't think you need to, we didn't have to. I'm a comic book guy for my whole life. I never read a single comic of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Not one. Right. In my so many years, I love the hell out of that movie and fell in love with those characters.
Yeah.
So I think that's why James Gunn, he knows what he's doing. So, like, comic book gatekeepers like that are garbage.
It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts when people say that, and they're so earnest about it and all of that. It's like, it should stand on its own. It should stand on its own as a separate piece of material. It's madness. So many people like those Lord of the Rings movies who, if you polled them, would tell you they'd never seen it. They never read one of those books. Never read. I
never read the books. I love those movies.
Sense. Yeah, exactly.
Not for me.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens with this. I mean, Anthony's kind of telling on himself, being so excited that he's in other people's hands to do a Marvel movie. We will see. But we've got a special guest who is joining us now. He's coming in a little bit early, so he is ready to go, raring to go. And it is the insider himself. It's a Schmoedown reunion here.
Look at this. This is a triumvirate.
Bring him in here. Let's do the three. There he is.
Jeff. Look at that.
Mike Kalinowski looking beautiful, champ.
How are you, Jeff? How are you? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you,
Boy, this is a Titans of Schmoedown here. Holy crap.
Look at this.
A lot of knowledge. A lot of
useless knowledge.
They call this the hottest mic. This would be the hottest mic ever right now. The three of us.
Well, the mic's about to get pretty hot, I would say.
Yeah, well,
I'm excited myself. I'm like a fan on the sides here. I've never been a part of one of these.
Okay.
I'm hearing this firsthand.
What do you got?
I owed Kristian a little something, so I wanted to break this news on his podcast. I'm going to press the button on my newsletter and my tweet while I'm on the air with you, and then we are going to be the first show on the internet to discuss it. So here goes nothing. I am pressing the button now. The scoop is out. I am copying the link. I am tweeting the story. 1 second. You'll get the email any second.
I'm on the edge of my seat here.
This is great radio. This is great radio.
I'm nervous.
Don't worry, it'll be worth it. The story is out. The link to the Kristian Harloff scoop is out, and I can now tell you,
yes,
that Mikey Madison, Oscar winner Mikey Madison, has been offered a role in Sean Levy's Star Wars movie.
Wow.
Woo!
That is the news, folks.
Woo!
Woo! So I can tell you a little bit about what's going on here. So right now, Sean Levy is casting the rest of the cast around Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
The lead of this movie is a 15-year-old boy.
Oh, so it's not Ryan Gosling.
A 15-year-old boy is the lead of the movie.
Interesting.
Why? Because these movies are for kids.
Right.
That's why they make Star Wars movies. They make Star Wars movies for kids. So they're casting a 15-year-old boy, his mother. Now, Mikey Madison is not old enough to have a 15-year-old child.
Right.
There are 2 villain roles.
Okay.
And then there's another female role, and that is the role that Mikey has been offered. So it is a supporting role.
Okay.
It is not a huge starring role opposite Ryan Gosling.
Okay.
And I can't say for certain that she's in the movie because she's also entertaining an offer for the Resident Evil movie at Sony.
Right, to lead the Resident Evil franchise.
Right. That rumor has been out there for a few weeks. I mean, Austin Abrams is still the lead of that movie, I believe.
Right.
But she would be the female lead. Now, I don't know if these movies go at the same time or if she would have to choose one or the other.
Right.
And I'm sure a lot of that would come down to money as well. I mean, Kreger's definitely someone who a lot of actors want to work with. But at the same time, a lot of boys and girls grow up dreaming of being in a Star Wars movie. And that opportunity doesn't always come around, so often.
Yeah.
So I think that she would be hard-pressed to turn it down. She has not signed on to anything since Enora, since winning the Oscar.
Right.
And she's not a household name, even after that, right? I mean, Enora made like 50 or 60 million. It did very well. But I think that she could use a big franchise, a global franchise that makes her, with a gigantic marketing campaign that makes her a household name. So Mikey Madison has been offered this part. Now, separately, this is not any information. This is me speculating.
All right, I'm going to put you back in the one shot. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
But, I'm going to ask you guys, if you're casting a 15-year-old boy as the lead of your movie, have you guys seen any 15-year-old boys lately who gave amazing performances and the whole world is talking about?
Adolescence? Maybe adolescence?
I mean, now that's just me talking. That's nothing that I've heard.
Yeah.
But if you're casting a 15-year-old boy, how are you not looking at Owen Cooper, who just gave a hell of a performance in Adolescence, which is one of the biggest series on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
now, I don't know if that kid is white, and his mother's white. They could, that could be how they get some people of color in this movie, particularly with some of the other names that we've heard rumored. Jesse Plemons, Jodie Comer. You and I, John, had a big discussion last week on the Hot Mic about those names. And I don't know, those are just names on a list as far as I know.
Right.
So I don't know that this is a white 15-year-old boy, but I'm just saying this kid is, supernaturally talented, it seems like.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think?
This is some interesting talent to be bringing in.
This is just me guessing.
Star Wars.
What do you think about Mike? Yeah.
What do you think about all this, Kalinowski? What do you think?
I mean, it's like, they always go after the hot, like, she's so good, like, and just her look. There is a great look about her, and who knows if it's going to be makeup or whatnot. Look at Daphne Keenan and what was it, The Acolyte? I mean, she was the best thing in that show, the best thing by far. And throw makeup all over her. So who knows, man? It gets me excited. Like we talk Harloff and I all the time about Star Wars right now and how we're just not excited about it because it's just hasn't got that, that feeling to get you excited about it again. But stuff like this, everything they've been knocking out with this, I'm like, okay, I'm okay. I'm in more. So I'm like, it seems like they know what they're doing.
Well, yeah. It seems like Sean Levy is like we were saying earlier, Jeff, on our conversation on the Hot Mic, like, this is an approach that's different from other Star Wars movies, in my opinion. Like the level of actor that they're going for here is a whole nother ball game. You've got an Oscar winner, Mikey Madison, possibly Jodie Comer, is considered one of the most transcendent actresses currently working today. You bringing in Ryan Gosling, who has been talked about for all these other films. It doesn't mean it's and now you talk about a 15-year-old lead. So it doesn't mean necessarily that it won't be that kind of pew feel good, fun, original trilogy type of energy. But there's a possibility that this is possibly a little more deeper with Jesse Plemons. So I like the caliber of actor. And if you include in the adolescence kid, if that's really a possibility down the road, if they're kicking that around, I think that immediately this dwarfs the Rey film from Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy and makes people much more excited to see this film, and fast tracking this film makes sense now after Mandalorian and Grogu.
What I've heard about now, that is a movie for like hardcore Star Wars people, right? Who watch The Mandalorian. I mean, you don't need to have watched the Mandalorian series to, get into Mandalorian and Grogu, from what I understand. But, clearly I think it would have helped. With this movie, I think this movie is going to be a little bit different. I think that this is going to be more of a Sean Levy movie in space in the Star Wars universe than it is a Star Wars movie directed by Sean Levy, if you get what I'm saying. And people have different feelings about Sean Levy, but at the end of the day, I mean, look at what he did with Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, audiences are responding to it. It is maybe a little bit more broad, but it's also, more commercial, more maybe inviting. And so that is what I gather is happening with this movie, is that they're letting Sean do his thing and make it a Sean Levy movie,
right?
With Gosling in place of Reynolds, essentially.
well, when you make $1.6 billion, whatever it was for Deadpool and Wolverine, I guess you're able to do what you want to do. But Jeff, as I brought up, do you think this pushes the Rey movie into the background and possibly leading the Rey movie to being canceled at some point, and some conversation about that? Or do you think she'll be appearing in this movie? What do you thought? What is your sense? What does your gut tell you?
My gut tells me no, that Daisy would not be a part of this. I don't know if the character would be. I know we had discussed that in the past. I can't say for certain. I haven't heard too much about that other Rey movie lately. And I can tell you I will be dropping other Star Wars scoops this week.
Cool.
Possibly one on our show tomorrow, John. I do want to connect with certain folks first, but there's definitely more Star Wars news to come. But nothing that I can really think about as far as like the Rey movie is concerned.
Okay. And what do you think about her taking this role? Like, I know you said, every kid dreams about being in these films, but there's also the reality of where you're at in your career. Does this make sense if Mikey Madison was to accept this, to take a secondary role, for lack of a better term, in a big Star Wars movie when she's just won the Oscar for Best Actress, not Best Supporting Actress, Best Actress? So this seems like a little bit of, and I know she's only 25, but still, if I was her agent, I would be like, I don't know if this is the right move, especially a brand that's a bit wounded right now.
Yeah, but with Gosling, I feel like this is maybe the Star Wars movie to be a part of.
Okay.
Particularly with Levy's track record. I mean, right after she won the Oscar, like I think we talked about, Boys from Brazil. I think that it's not, she doesn't need to go and be the lead.
Yeah.
And I also don't think that she's the kind of actress where you can bet on her to open a movie. Like if you're a major studio.
Yeah, fair point.
I don't think she's at that point yet. I think she just needs to be a part of projects that get her name out there, that get global audiences more familiar with her. Right. And after a role in something like Star Wars, that's when you can cast her as the lead in a big studio movie.
Right.
Because audiences will be more familiar with her. They're not necessarily familiar with her just because, Honora won Best Picture.
Right. Good point. Mike, anything more you want to say on this? Anything more sticking out at you on this?
This to me is like the biggest casting that I think has perked people up, that would like, oh, this is a different type of Star Wars film.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And I wonder, Jodie Comer played what? Rey's mom, right? In isn't that right? Rey's mom? Was she Rey's mom?
I should know that, but
yes.
I don't need to
Rey's
anymore.
Mom, she could play the older version of Rey, and that may be if there's rumors about her being in the movie, if you're not going to get Daisy to be in the movie, maybe you age up Jodie Comer to play the older version of Rey. I don't know.
I don't get any sense that Jodie Comer is being eyed for
this movie.
Anything like not she could be eyed for the movie, but it has nothing to do with the character that she played before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Fair point. All right.
So yeah, that's the juice. And again, I will have more in the newsletter this week on Star Wars. So if you're a fan of the franchise, I don't think you're going to get a ton of news out of Celebration. Gosling, I'm told, will be there.
Wow.
I think they are going to confirm his casting and everything. But yeah, I don't think you're going to get a lot in the way of other news. But maybe this story shakes the tree loose and the trades start reporting on some of the names on the list and the offers and things like that.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Sounds good. Jeff, anything more to say on this, or are you good to go?
Other than just watch the Hot Mic tomorrow afternoon. I know Johnny will be there, but the rest of you guys be sure to tune in and subscribe to the newsletter. It was tax day this week, guys. It screwed me. So appreciate all the help I can get. And we'll see if this Mikey Madison thing works out. But thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for stopping by, Jeff. Follow
Good
him
seeing you, Jeff. Good seeing you.
Likewise,
at the Insider. Go to theinsider.com to subscribe to his newsletter. Help a brother out, pay his taxes. Absolutely. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
All right, that was Jeff just popping in to drop a little scoop. That's why you never know what could happen on the Kristian Harloff.
Man, I feel honored to be a part of that little drop there. That's pretty awesome.
I like this idea. I like Mikey as an actress, and maybe sometimes you do have to realize that not everyone is out here being cutthroat with their career. Sometimes it's a smart move to go let's go have some fun on a Star Wars set. Let's play a certain role, and then let's just enjoy and get the paycheck, because this one's probably going to make a lot of money. But I, like you were saying, Mike, I like the people that they're attracting for this kind of movie in terms of the level of acting.
Yeah. I mean, Star Wars is like they're in a rut. They gotta whatever. It's just tough. We talk about this a lot, Harloff and I. Like Mandalorian Grogu, I think will do well.
Yeah,
just because they're so. But again, that's going to be a nice little jolt. But you got to get that patient back on. You got to get them back, because that thing is dying.
Right.
And, yeah.
Well, let's before we move into the questions here. And by the way, we're at 94 super chats already.
Come on now.
Thank you, guys.
That's insane
already. But I want to, before we leave the world of Star Wars, I want to hit this one last story here. And thanks to Jeff Snyder for joining us here. But this other story came about here, which is interesting to me. And I want to see what you think about this, Mike. But, we got Andor season 2 coming out next week. That's what we're 6 days away from it coming out. But apparently, according to the San Francisco Gazette, there's a Star Wars horror project in development, according to Andor creator Tony Gilroy. Just last month, Andor showrunner Tony Gilroy stated that he wanted to see more diverse offerings from the world of Star Wars. Not diversity, diverse offerings, two different things, such as 3-camera sitcom or horror project. Speaking to SFX magazine back in March, Gilroy specifically said, quote, "I always fantasized that the show would break new ground, that someone would be able to make a 3-camera sitcom in Star Wars or a horror movie. I think the first thing I said to Kathy Kennedy when she said they wanted to open a line was, could you do a courtroom drama? And why not? We've worked really hard on Andor to make our lane, and it's up to other people now to find another way to do it." Certainly they teased a bit of a courtroom political drama in Ahsoka, but didn't see it all the way through with Mon Mothma. Business Insider recently caught up with Gilroy at red carpet premiere for the latest season of Star Wars and attempted to follow up on Gilroy's comments. And to their surprise, Gilroy revealed that he'd recently learned that a horror project was already in the works. They're doing that. I think they're doing it. I think that's in the works. Yeah, said Gilroy. When asked about the direction he'd like to see the horror project go in, Gilroy admitted, "I'm agnostic about what should be done. I mean, I was riffing when I said, do a 3-camera comedy show. I was riffing, and sometimes riffing doesn't work with the Star Wars community, but the right creator and the right comment and the right vibe, you can do anything." The vast and ever-expanding galaxy of Star Wars long captivated audience with its tales of epic heroism, thrilling space battles, and the timeless struggle between the light and dark sides of the Force. However, a new wave of excitement and speculation is currently rippling through the dedicated fan base thanks to Gilroy's comments. The prospect of venturing into the darker corners of this beloved universe, specifically through the lens of horror, has ignited a fervent discussion about the untapped potential within the franchise. Imagine the chilling possibilities. Could we witness the iconic Jedi Knights facing a terrifying undead horde, their lightsabers clashing against shambling, reanimated foes in a desperate fight for survival? That sounds cool. Or perhaps a fallen Sith Lord, a figure steeped in malevolence and wielding the power of the dark side, might find themselves in the unexpected role of an anti-hero, forced to confront an even greater, more primordial evil that threatens to consume the very fabric of the galaxy. The narrative avenues that a horror-infused Star Wars project could explore are seemingly limitless, promising a fresh and potentially terrifying perspective on film with familiar themes and settings. Fans are eagerly anticipating whether this intriguing possibility will materialize into a concrete project, and the upcoming Star Wars Day on May 4th looms large on the horizon. So, Mike, we just finished talking Star Wars with Jeff and his scoop. So, your thoughts? Do you think a horror movie would make sense in the Star Wars universe?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think it could. I just don't think the powers that be. Well, he says, he's sitting there saying that it's going to happen. So I just think the powers that be would not let it go that way.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's the same thing. People like a real hard R Star Wars. And I think at the end of the day, whether it's Disney, the company just goes, no, that's not Star Wars.
Right.
They got to think of that. They got theme parks. They've got merchandise. It's like, could it be in there? Sure.
Right.
But then again, I look at like Daredevil and what they've done now with Disney Plus. So it could happen.
Yeah. The werewolf.
But I just don't know if it would.
Yeah. I think they are maybe kicking around the idea to see how they could make it work within the Star Wars universe. Of course, it all depends on Kathleen Kennedy, right? If she's not sticking around, who's going to take over to be the creative person there and essentially the guiding hand there? So if that person thinks a horror is something they can explore, I mean, maybe they do a one-off like they have the Disney Plus specials for Marvel, where you have a one-off where the Jedi confront a couple of Jedi or some Jedi confront a city and a planet full of zombies, and for whatever reason they're in Star Wars. I mean, why not? I mean, if you can have clones, for fuck's sake, you can have zombies.
Yeah, but then didn't they do in Ahsoka, like the stormtroopers were zombies at the end there?
Yeah.
So they kind of did it. I think that's when you do zombies. That's how it's going to be. It's going to be some kind of Sith magic that makes them kind of be like, but then they've got their stormtrooper armor on, so it's not really that terrifying.
Right. Maybe. I mean, I see the success of Andor, certainly the first season. We'll see what happens with the second season, but the first season, and that got into some really dark themes, not horror, but some dark themes of rebellion and subjugation and an empire stepping on the throat and fighting back. But
I just think when I look at it, the grand scheme of things, like for the longest time, and I think Lucas was doing it, it was going to be like a bounty hunter series, like focusing on like the Outer Rim, just bounty hunter. And then it's like, we're going to take that idea. We're going to make Mandalorian. I'm like, okay. All right, this first season, this is kind of like an old Western.
Right.
And then 2 years later, we got Lizzo and Jack Black tearing it up. So it's just like, well, that idea of a really cool Western didn't really pan out. So here we are. So they might start with zombies that are awful and terrifying, and then it's going to turn into a village of Ewoks that they're, taking refuge with, and the Ewoks are beating the zombies with sticks and, stones. So
right. Very real possibility, man. Very real.
I know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I think it all depends, as you said, the powers that be, and if they'll be down with doing it. But we will see. But a lot of Star Wars news in the show today. So hopefully that gets you guys excited, because Star Wars Celebration starts in 2 days, Friday morning. It's kicking off with the Mando and Grogu panel. It's only an hour, but there are no rumors that
they got to drop a trailer. They have got to drop it. If they don't drop a trailer, come on now. But I guess, is it still a year till the movie, or is it this Christmas? Maybe this Christmas.
I think it's later this year. I thought maybe I'm wrong.
It was this Christmas. They've got to drop something from that movie.
Yeah. No, it's next year. Sorry, it's coming out next
2026.
Yeah, 2026.
Oh, so maybe they won't drop anything.
Right.
Yeah.
May 22nd of 2026 is supposed to be.
So still over a year away. Wow. Well, maybe they won't drop a trailer.
But just dropped on Twitter, the MonsterVerse Mando 3 updates. At Mando 3 updates said the Mandalorian Grogu trailer is ready to go and rumored to be released tomorrow. The source is Grace Randolph. So I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know if it will happen.
Who knows?
So I guess I better stay up till midnight for this other one. Can't have the content too much on the channel. All right. Anyway, there you go. That's our show. Let's get into some of these questions here, Mike. We've got 100 super chats as we're starting off. Thank you, everyone who got us over 100 or to 100. Thank you so much.
That's insane.
There's a lot of Derek Johnson support, so thank you, Derek, for all of these.
Derek,
you're the best. Hank Pym comes in. Shin Hati, hottest Star Wars character of all time. Oh, thank you. Oh, okay, Hank.
He likes the dark stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I would. I mean, I kind of have a thing for Daisy.
No.
I'm for Daisy. I don't know. Would you? Can you comment on that, Mike?
Most like the hottest Star Wars person for me? Oh God.
Maybe Harrison? Oh, I take it back. Bix from Andor. Adria Arjona is.
Oh yeah, no, you got it. Bix. Right? Yep, 100%. Done. They showed her pictures of her on the red carpet for Andor. My gosh. Oh my God. Yeah, Bix.
I was thirsty. All right. Simon Section says, Part 1. John, I enjoyed your Daredevil Born Again reaction. Oh, thanks, man. I may be in the minority, but I wasn't a fan of that handkerchief scene. As soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, they're trying to one-up Netflix's door scene. We haven't seen Thanos do that. He'll just choke a bitch. And yes, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that cop could be a member of the Coppola family. Are they foreshadowing for season 2? I think so. And yes, I want the bee in apartment 23 to be pregnant. Wow. A lot of strong comments here. Did you end up seeing the finale?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm backed up. With me, with Daredevil, it's like it gets spoiled within an hour.
Yes.
And it drops at 6 on the East Coast. So I'm usually at work. So Twitter gets destroyed. I was like, you know what? I'll binge it when it all comes out. So I'm stuck. I just finished 3.
Right.
Episode 3. So I'm like, now it's out. I'll watch it all. Because it wasn't worth it to try and keep up and not be spoiled. So
gotcha.
Yeah, I'll just enjoy it now.
Fair point, man. Fair point. Yeah, as Simon said, my reaction is up on the channel. I dropped it this morning. If you guys want to watch me react to the entire finale, it's there on the Outlaw Nation channel. Simon Section says, leave the alcohol for me. Also, are any of you going to watch any movies specifically on IMAX? Myself, Superman, Soups versus Kaiju rather, FD6. Oh yeah, Final Destination 6, RIP Tony Todd. And of course, Fantastic Four. Last time we saw Galactus on the screen, I was lost. I'll say this. I saw Sinners on IMAX, and I think that's an incredible experience on IMAX. And I've heard Warfare is amazing on IMAX. I saw it in a regular theater. I loved it. So I can't imagine seeing it in IMAX. So yeah, I'll be seeing some films on IMAX. What about you, Mike? Do you lean in that direction?
Mission Impossible.
That's
usually the only one I have to see in IMAX.
Great choice.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, man. Yeah, they're awesome.
I saw The Amateur on IMAX when I drove up to Burbank recently. I thought that was great on IMAX. And Thunderbolts is coming. I'm sure that'll be on IMAX.
Yeah.
All right, Derek. More support for us, Derek. Thank you so much. Support for Mike and Rocha, he says. Thank you, Derek. Getting us over that 100 mark. You're the best.
Oh, man, Derek.
Yeah, thank you. Joyous Rumor says, may the force be with you guys, but support for Roxy. Thank you, Joyous. Thank you. They love their Roxy.
They do.
More from Derek. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Derek. Darren Wright. Hey, my brother there in England. Ezra's sacrifice in Rebels, my favorite Star Wars moment ever. Ooh, wow. What do you think, Mike? Did you see Rebels? Was that your thing?
I didn't.
Okay.
No.
All right. I do like the sacrifice, Darren. I just went and rewatched Luke getting his hand cut off and saying, no, when he says, I'm your father. I still think that's the best moment. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody.
Yeah.
Derek again, thank you. Kyle Wilson says, hello, buddy boys. Mike and Rocha together. Epic. Always.
There you go.
We're like the mega powers. You can't bring us together.
not every time.
Yeah.
Nope. Can't do it every time.
Gonna blow up the world. Joey Pedros, love this duo.
Joey Pedros.
Rocha Mike. Thank you, buddy. Derek again, more support. Thank you, Derek. Kyle says, Rocha versus Mike debate. Worst thing about airports. Oof.
Kyle, I'll be honest with you, pal. I like airports.
Okay.
I love airports. So if I get a big layover, I don't mind it. 3-4 hours. I like to sit, get something to eat, and people watch. Get myself a Annie Ann's pretzel and sit there and watch people. I love it. But for me, I guess, I don't know, man. Like usually the security's pretty good. It's gotten really good, especially at LAX.
Yeah.
I usually fly to Burbank, so it's a great airport. I don't. Oh! I got one.
Go ahead, brother. What do you got?
Because of all the airports are kind of, I guess they get their concessions from somewhere.
Yeah.
Certain airports only carry Pepsi products.
Oh yes,
true. The Burbank airport is only Pepsi, and it drives me crazy.
Wow, look at you!
Because I cannot drink Pepsi. I hate it.
You're a Diet
so
Coke.
If I can't get your Diet Coke, man, on my plane it sucks.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing about airports for me is when they call a certain section and then everyone tries to cut in front of everyone else in line as if we're all not getting into the same tube, as if we're all not going to be, we don't have assigned seats. I mean, I don't do the Southwest thing, so I always go assigned seats. And so
the Southwest is assigned seats now too.
So. Is it really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but
what do you got to, what's your problem? You're getting on it.
Yeah, you're getting on.
You got your seat. You're getting on.
Yeah, it drives me nuts. People angle like as if they're working some kind of thing out, and then they almost challenge you to get mad at them.
Yeah, and then it's like I think maybe they want to get their bag, but then again, if your bag doesn't fit, they're going to carry it on for you, and you won't have to pay for it. So
exactly. Oh, so frustrating. Also, those bathrooms. Darren Wright says bought tickets to the Stranger Things play today. Have you guys seen it all? No, I didn't even know there was a Stranger Things play.
Didn't know.
Last night when I was rummaging through Netflix, and there's a behind the scenes on the making of the play on Netflix. But yeah, it's apparently a musical or something. Have you even heard about this, Mike?
I have not even at all.
Yeah, no idea where that. I don't even know if that's in LA. Derek Johnson says Godzilla X Kong is definitely bringing the aliens in next. Kind of hit it with Ghidorah, but Destoroyah is 100% created by aliens in the lore. Oh, interesting.
Okay,
that could be a nice twist. Jesus, we go to outer space on this. Oh my God. Zeus Fleming, hey boys, hope everyone's doing great. Sending support. Thank you, Zeus. Good to see you there, man. Derek Johnson says Godzilla falls in the same category that Transformers does. Get rid of the people. We don't need them. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for more support there, Derek. Kyle Wilson says thoughts on the Blue Origin space flight. I got comments, but what do you want to say, Mike? Do you want to say anything or not?
I mean, like it's the same thing that William Shatner did, right?
Yes.
When he went up.
Yes.
The people bagging on it, I'm like, why, man? Like, we're going to space. We're getting people into space. Like, they're like, oh, girl, shows that, they didn't do anything and they're not astronauts. I was like, who cares? We're traveling to space. Like that to me is making fun. Like, people, when they complain about airlines and airplanes, it's like, we're flying in a metal tube in the air. Like, just when you step back for a second and realize how incredible that is, what we're doing, 700 miles an hour in a metal tube, and now they're going into space. Like, we're getting closer to it. Like,
yeah, the science.
I mean, and anyone bitching about that, if you were given the opportunity, you would be up there in a blue jumpsuit,
right,
sitting there doing exactly what they were doing. So, why the hate?
I think for me, it was. I had no problem with them all going up. I thought it was great to have an all-female crew going up, and some of the people were like, some of them were actual a couple of them were actual astronauts or had been up there before. And you get Katy Perry, you get Gayle King. It's a good mixture, diverse mixture of people there and going up there. My only issue is they lean too much into the being glam and Lauren Sanchez talking about her eyebrows or eyelashes, whatever it was. So when people are getting fired from NASA, women are being removed from their head positions at NASA, I think it would have been better if they'd gone up with that commentary instead of a commentary about like being glam in space. But your point is correct. The fact that the people are even going is amazing and should be appreciated. I agree with you on that, brother. Thank you, Derek. More support from you. Thank you. Kyle Wilson says, internet versus Mike debate. Worst thing about the internet, don't freeze. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Every time.
Nice.
That's right.
Thank you, Derek. Appreciate it. GoPal says, the kid from Deadpool 2 just did the Y2K movie with Rachel Zegler and the kid from Metal Lords. Yeah, that's on Max, I think, right now, the Y2K movie. Yeah. So there you go. The kid from Deadpool 2. Oh, right. Yes, because he played the best friend.
Yeah.
Played the best friend. Yeah.
Russell.
Yeah. Again, if you guys did want to see Y2K, if you want to see an interview with me and Kyle Mooney and the other co-director on the film, it's up on my channel, the Outlaw Nation channel. That was a fun conversation with those guys. I like Kyle. Derek Johnson, thank you, Derek, for all the support you're sending through, man. Really appreciate it. You're an amazing dude. You're picking up the slack for PLD, who sent us nothing.
Houston 5.
Exactly. Jake is from the Houston 5. Jake S says, finally saw Captain America Brave New World on VOD for $25. It wasn't that bad. How does VOD sales affect the film's overall financial success? Is it added to box office stats? I don't think it's added to box office stats, but it is added to the overall finance of it, like what they make and the success, right, Mike?
I believe so. I don't, those numbers I don't know, so I cannot speak to it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just like buying the movie when you buy it physical copy. So if you buy a digital copy, the money is still showing that people are interested in it, and it goes into the overall.
Yeah, but I wonder if that goes though with the Blu-ray sales or the domestic box office. I don't know, because it's not. It's not a box office. You're not going to a box office.
Right.
So probably not. Yeah.
And what if you're buying it in England versus buying it in the United States? Is buying it in England the international box? Like, does that add to the international total or not? So, yeah.
There you go. Hey, good point.
Thank you, Derek, for more support. You're the best, brother. You are the best. Oh, Sean McCabe coming in with that beard of his. Hey, guys, happy Wednesday. Warfare was incredible. Yes. Last night's Daredevil episode, forget about it. Kristian's been right about this season the entire time. Well,
What's he been saying? What's Harloff been saying?
He liked the whole season. He's been enjoying the whole season. I have not been enjoying the whole season. I think it's a little back and forth in terms of the quality, but the last 2 episodes have been fantastic. So
yeah, I thought of the first 3, I was just like, because I know episode 1 was the new version, and episodes 2 and 3 were the original 1 and 2.
Yes,
and I was like, wow, I like 2 and 3 better than I like 1. I don't know if this reboot was the right idea, but apparently, now seeing the reactions to these last couple, it was the right choice.
Yeah,
so
agreed. Derek Johnson says, I watched Magazine Dreams, and my God, Jonathan Majors is a generational talent. I understand all the other factors going on, but strictly on talent, the man's a force. Well, sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. He's an incredible actor. I didn't see Magazine Dreams. It was gone out of theaters within 2 weeks.
You know, it's interesting. That movie, I remember that there was kind of a big groundswell about it.
Yeah.
Recently. Oh, this is, this, and this. And I was like, oh, this guy's going to, maybe pull a comeback. And they got that out of the theater so fast. Yeah. Unless people just didn't go to theaters to see it. If it was doing well, they would have kept it in the theaters.
No, it grossed a total of $1.1 million at the domestic box office.
Yeah, I think people, and it's interesting because I know there's a lot of people that view this way about Tom Cruise. They look at his personal life, and they just can't separate it. So, but that's just his religion.
Right.
With Majors' personal life, if you can't separate it, you can't separate it. So,
well, yeah. And then the story came out timed right around the release with the audio of him.
Oh, where he's like, I did aggress you, or I was.
Yeah. Where he says, like, I think that hurt it as well.
Yeah. And using that, like the term, I aggressed you. I'm like,
I aggressed you. Yeah.
This is, not good.
No. Thank you, Derek. Some more support. Appreciate it. Ronetta W said, what's up, fellas? What's up, Ronetta? Hope all is well. Have you seen Sinners yet? And what did you think? I can't wait to see this movie. It's 99% Rotten Tomatoes. Wow. Michael, you haven't seen it, right?
I haven't. I'm a Michael B. Jordan guy, though. I love that guy. So I will see it. Just I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I saw it on, what's today? Wednesday? I saw it on Monday night, and I thought it was incredible. I drove 50 minutes to see it.
Woo.
Way down by the border, and I don't like to go by the border at all. And I drove down there to the AMC Plaza Bonita, and I saw it in a IMAX theater in a room full of people. It was amazing. A lot of people were there. It was incredible. The film was incredible. I think it's his greatest film yet. I think I do. I think it's Michael B. Jordan's best work as an actor. Haley Steinfeld has ascended to another level in this movie as well. Wunmi Masaka, Delroy Lindo, everyone is fantastic in the film. And Jack O'Connell as the villain, man, whatever Angelina Jolie thought she was creating there by making him the lead in Unbroken,
he
is now finally realizing the promise of his talent. And
it's true. That was that movie with her. She kind of discovered him and put him out there.
Yeah. She gave him that lead, and no one had ever heard of him. And people liked him. He was in that Money Monster one with George Clooney and
that's
Julia
right. Yeah.
But now I think we're seeing him really come into his own. He's incredible in the film. But yeah, honestly, this is a master work from an auteur.
Yeah, Harloff was saying that he thinks it's Coogler's best film.
Yeah. I think it should be nominated for Best Picture too, but it won't because it's a vampire film. I have two Fly Cam says that weapons teaser looks absolutely stunning. Yeah, that looked good. The weapon, the Zach Kreger weapons one did as well. Yeah,
that was with the kids being kidnapped, right? The house and the people disappearing. Yeah.
Oof. Derek Johnson, thank you, Derek. Mark Long, MDL says, "What a duo!" Hello, everyone.
That's right, buddy.
Yeah, that's right. I'm too like him. This Mission Impossible movie would do 650 million worldwide. Not that popular, in my opinion. I don't think so. I think the whole. Talk about it. Talk about it, Mike. What do you think?
Well, I'm torn because Fallout was on such a high note, and it hit gross. Most of they've never made $1 billion. They never come close to $1 billion, but they don't. Right. That's not,
Yeah, it's not the thing.
But then with Dead Reckoning, I thought it was a better film than Fallout.
I'd agree.
Whereas I think Fallout's a better action movie But Mission Impossible, it's not just action. You've got to have a great story. And I think it was a couple things with the fact that the Barbie Oppenheimer just got swallowed up by that juggernaut. In the middle of that, he lost all that IMAX theater, which he was real kind of pissed about. I think the killing of Ilsa, I think that turned some people off because they love her in that series. I think this one, they've got a great, like we were looking at the numbers. He's got a good couple of weeks with nothing major in his way.
Yeah.
I think this does probably, and especially if the word of mouth is good, I think high 7s.
I think with the way they've talked about this film, that it might be his last movie for this franchise, which I don't think a lot of people believe, but enough people might believe that they would go see this movie.
Yeah.
And fool themselves, because we like to fool ourselves, as that we like to be part, and then like, oh, of course he's back to do another one, but I think enough people will fool themselves to go see this movie or want to go see this movie. And there's no, as you said, there's no Barbie, no Oppenheimer. No. I think we're looking at 850 to 9 for this one. People love Tom Cruise. Top Gun Maverick made that money. I think people want to support him. Man.
It's funny. The comment, I think you're saying the WWE is like worldwide, not that popular. I disagree.
Oh yeah.
I think he's bigger internationally than he is in the States.
Mm-hmm.
I think the States are where you find the people that are like, his Scientology, I can't deal with it. But outside this world, and I think if you look at, he's doing all these press tours.
Yes.
He does America. He does States last. He hits those press tours because he knows they love him internationally. So
he is on my bucket list, man. If I ever got 5 minutes of Tom Cruise, I just retire right afterwards.
Pick his brain and just talk. Watch him talk movies. Yeah.
Can you imagine being stuck on an elevator with Tom Cruise for an hour? Like just to talk about stuff? Oh, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I'd be happily go clear with me. I'll sit there.
And it's so funny. Any story that he talks about, and anyone that says like I got to talk to him, like he laser focuses and totally doesn't like you're the only person in the room, and he'll talk whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
So I think that's great.
I agree. Thank you. Derek says Train to Busan, Dawn of the Dead, 2 of my all-time favorite zombie movies. Oh yeah, Train to Busan is great. The South Korean film. You ever seen Train? You haven't seen that one, right?
Nope. I saw Dawn of the Dead though.
Mm-hmm. Dawn of the Dead, good, very, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Derek. Again, Gopal says I love seeing Skins alumni and new stuff. I'm a big evangelist for all 3 casts. Nicholas Holt, Daniel Kaluuya, Jack O'Connell, Kaya Scodelario, Hannah Murray, etc. I don't know Hannah Murray, but the other 4, absolutely big fans of them as actors. Especially Kaya. I feel like Kaya should be bigger, man. I mean, she was great in Crawl. She does good work whenever.
I love Crawl. That was good. Yeah.
Kaya is an excellent actress, man. Derek Johnson, thank you, Derek. Darren saying UK peeps have no shame. The darker, the better. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, for the horror stuff, 100%. What's that one? Shallow Grave. That's a brutal horror film. Derek Johnson, thank you, Derek. Darren Wright also says, shame on you, PLD. These men are role models. Thank you, Derek. Finally, somebody pushing back on PLD. Derek also says, no matter how I feel about the lack of story in Cap 4, those action flying sequences were special. Oh yeah, I agree with that.
That one scene where he's surfing the missile. That's pretty good. It was cool. Yeah. That wasn't the problem.
Yeah, agreed. Derek says support. Thank you, Derek. Gopal, did you see My Dead Friend Zoe? I really liked it. No, I haven't seen that one. Did you, Mike?
I don't even know what that is, dude. My Dead Friend Zoe? No.
Yeah, that's another zombie.
Where's that? Like, from where though? Like, I never even heard of that. There's so much out there right now.
Yeah, there really is. Dead Friend Zoe came out. Yeah, the one with Sonequa Martin Green and Natalie Morales, and it's Natalie Morales is a woman living her life, and I think Sonequa Martin Green was her best friend in the military, and she gets killed in an explosion while they're serving, and so she is dealing with the PTSD of her friend's death.
I never even saw anything about that.
Yeah. It was from director Kyle Houseman Stokes. It got good reviews. I just haven't got a chance to see it. It's on Prime Video if people want to rent it and watch it. I will get around it because I like Natalie and I like Sonequa and military stuff. Derek Johnson, I'm a diehard DC comic fan, but MCU has been good to me for over a decade. When DC gives me something to be excited about, I'll be there. That goodwill will carry me until I see 4 or 5 flop movies at the level of the old DCEU. Okay.
I get what you're saying. Like he doesn't feel that the DCU, the old, they haven't had, or Marvel hasn't had flops like, DCU's kind of really bad stuff. I get it, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I guess. Where are you at right now? I mean, you're we haven't talked in a bit. You're the big DC guy. Are you excited for what's coming?
Of course, like I'm not a Superman guy.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So everything that has come out casting has just worked for me. Like everything is working for me. I feel James Gunn has what he's done with Guardians of the Galaxy and then Suicide Squad. Like I don't understand the hate. I am torn because, and not torn. I'm not torn at all.
Yeah.
But as everyone knows, was a very big Snyder fan and very big supporter of those films.
Yeah.
But I also said, if DC wants to work, they need to start over fresh.
Yeah.
They need to read it. And there's some couple things that I'm like, Gunn has stuck with. I'm like, you got to get rid of Peacemaker, man. You got to get rid of Amanda Waller. That's the old, and I get you kind of came in this transition.
Yeah.
So that's why you've gotten people that are hating on it, where they're like, well, you're not going to keep Cavill, but you're going to keep her.
Right.
And the character level is not even remotely close.
Yeah.
I am torn on the Batman. I think the Batman needs to go away, regardless of what's happening.
Well, you think the Matt Reeves Batman needs to go away?
I think Reeves, whatever he's dealing with, if it's a personal issue, or something, if Superman lands, I should say this: if Superman hits, they need to get their Batman going. They can't wait on their Batman. If it doesn't hit, then they've got the Reeves universe, and just take your time with that.
Right.
But it's just it seems like all the things that have been hitting with the, we really like Clayface for Reeves Batman. But wait, can we use him in art? Let's redo it and we're going to put it over here.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell's the Penguin's awesome. Yeah, but could it be Sergeant Rock for us? All these things with this franchise, they're cherry picking out of it.
Yeah.
I just feel, I don't know, man.
I mean, something's going on.
And again, I think it is a personal thing. I don't think it has anything to do with the script.
Yeah.
I think there's a personal, and that is a, hey, you don't owe us anything. You don't owe us explanations. You don't owe anyone anything.
I agree.
Take care of that, man.
Right.
And I think Gunn is sitting there going, hey, man, I got to do a Batman, but I got to get him out there. Your Batman is still golden. Whenever you're ready for that, we'll go and your Elseworlds it. But right now, I have to do this Batman, and we got to go.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah. It's a great point. And Jeff said last week on the hot mic that he thought that if Reeves doesn't get it done by the end of the year, that they might move on, that DC will move on. I'd be really surprised by that.
I think they do.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they do.
Eric Krempa says, Mike, I graduated from Springs in 2000 and went to prom at your old stomping grounds, Douglas. I was dying. That's a Sawgrass story. I had a similar situation during Matrix Reloaded. Worst theater ever.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I told a story last week. I had was seeing Mission Impossible 2 in a theater with my girlfriend.
Ooh.
And this guy would not shut the hell up.
Oh.
So I just stood up in the middle of the theater and I go, dude, are you ever going to shut the fuck up? Crowded theater, opening night. And I sat back down and I'm like, oh my God, what did I just do? Well, congrats, man. You're Doug. Are you graduated from Coral Springs High? I was a Douglas grad.
Right on.
93, 94. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Good for you. Ugh. Good for you. Anybody who talks too much during a movie, you got to.
He was like one of those guys trying to impress his girlfriend with the jokes he was making throughout the movie, and I was just like, all right, I'm done. I got to deal with this. He's talking in a Tom Cruise movie. I'm gonna lose my shit here.
Yeah,
I was seconds away from Michael Douglas and falling down with this guy
with the baseball bat.
Oh God,
that would have been great. Oh, Jake Yacovetta's in here. He says, I usually love talking trash to y'all, but just saying hi. Sometimes you just need a little love when you're over 50. Well, neither one of us is over 50, so I don't know what you're talking about. We're 35. And both of us look better than you, Jake. So please, what are you talking about?
Let me get my glasses on here.
Yeah.
And now we're set. Oh, of course, man. There we go. Now we're better.
There it is. Now you're good. Derek Johnson says, super disagree with Mike, LOL. They're doing 35 projects and maybe 4 of them could be called bad. That's still a high batting average. When they hit DCU batting average, I'll be concerned.
No, Derek, I'm agreeing with you, man. DC has had many more losses than wins as compared to Marvel. I just think Marvel has been in a slump post Endgame.
Yeah. And I think there's more than 4 of them that have gone that could be called bad in the Marvel universe, honestly. but we'll see. Thank you, Derek, for some more support. Gopal says, I can't say the Lord of the Rings books are terrible because I only finished Fellowship after 3 attempts in 20 years, so I didn't start Two Towers. Two Towers is the most dense one to get through of the 3, so I don't blame you.
I don't think I'll ever try those books.
It's a lot.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. 100%. I love the movies. Yeah. And yeah.
All right.
That's a lot.
Noah C says, support. This is the dynamic duo I am here for. Oh, thank you, Noah. Very kind.
That's right, buddy boy.
Derek also sending some support. Gopal, drop it in. The first 50 pages of Fellowship are maybe the second most boring thing I've ever tried to read after Island of Dr. Moreau. Woof.
You tried to read?
Oh, try to read Island of Dr. Moreau.
My headset cut out, buddy.
Oh. You should see the first 50 minutes of the Fellowship movie. It's just as boring as well. In my opinion. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Derek. And he said, support. Very good trio. Always great to see Jeff come on. I see he's not J-Dog today. No glasses and no 2 buttons down. LOL. Yeah, no, he's not. He'll save that for the hot mic for sure. Corn Emperor is saying, I'm loving this trifecta. Thank you, Corn. Are you still figuring out your things? Sorry, man. You good? Okay. We can't hear you, so I'm sure you'll have to select it.
Hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Cool.
Here we go.
Gopaz says, with Mickey's RE news, bringing it back to skins, Kaya Scodelario was the lead in the last Resident Evil movie, which I thought was fine. Oh, she was. I did not see that. So, yeah, I'm not surprised, though. Kaya is an excellent actress. All right, Derek, thank you. More support. Derek, you're the best. Look at this. Derek just knocking it out of the park with all the support. Trying to give you love, brother, man. He said, just my contribution to 100 at least. Well, we got there. We're at 119 right now. Woo! Amazing. Michael trying to help us out. Mike Kalinowski himself. Old man Mike says, I'll say this. Let's get to 100, you bunch of bums. Thank you. Old man Mike.
Yep, there I am, supporting the channel.
There you go. Derek says, you're not a bad luck charm, Mike. LOL. I don't think.
I felt like I was taking Steph down there for a while, but I think I'm the good luck charm now.
You are. Absolutely. It always goes in waves. Gopal says, Adria Arjona is the hotness in real life. I agree, but they downplayed it in Andor. Well, they had to.
Oh, come on now. You had to with that.
Yeah. I mean, she was being tortured, for God's sake.
You see those get-ups they put her in? They had to frump her up as best they could.
Yeah. She'd have outshined Diego in a heartbeat.
I know.
Dennis Hoffman says, Jack O'Connell is the goods. Been a fan since 71. Oh, that's right. I saw 71 in a theater there. It's Sunset 5. I remember that one.
Wait, 71?
Yeah, 71 is a Northern Ireland film where the English soldier.
I thought that was the Chadwick Boseman baseball movie. Was it 42?
42, yeah. Jackie Robinson film. You fellas watch his show SAS Rogue Heroes? Fills up Miles Alley. No, I haven't seen that one. I didn't even know there was a show that he was in. Yeah. Simon says, I have a bad feeling that the character Ryan Gosling may be playing is Cade Skywalker, Power Bounty Hunter, Smuggler, Pirate, Captain Jack, Mando versus Boba. But
I hope to God he's not a Skywalker.
Yeah, they said this was a standalone thing that they're not going to connect it.
I hope to God.
Yeah. I think you might be off on that, Simon, because they're making it really clear that they want this to stand on its own 2 feet. And I have a feeling like Sean Levy wouldn't want to just come in and connect it back up to the Skywalker saga. So, yeah, we'll see, though.
Who knows?
Eric Johnson says TSA pre-check is the best. Oh, for airport stuff. Sure, if you can afford it. Simon Section says, got my tickets for Sinners tomorrow. We'll be seeing it on Dolby Seats. Going to lift my legs up, take in the movie, and drink me a Bloody Mary. Yeah. I might go see it again this weekend. I love that movie so much. I might go see it again if the theater is not too full. Mike Joyce, the Wall Street Journal just revealed how Elon Musk plans to father a legion of kids before the apocalypse. If you had an army of children, what would you do with that power?
I don't want a kid. I don't want kids. It's too much, man. I got 2 dogs, and that's too much. And I got a legion of kids? Can you imagine a little legion of me running around? It'd be terrible.
Oh, my God. A legion of Kalinowskis?
Man.
Oh, come on.
All walking around going, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Hey, Dad, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, champ. Hey, champ.
Popping Diet Coke.
50 million little champs running around. Dad, you going to pop me open a crispy boy, Dad? I need a Diet Coke. Oh, Christ. God.
I would love to have an army of children. I don't want to father them. I'm with Michael. I don't want to father them, but I would love to have an army of children to take over the world. Absolutely, 100%. Make the world a better place. Dude, Legend MM600 says, dude, you guys together is awesome. Peace. Absolutely, Legend. Thank you, Legend. Derek says, how damaging is the Blake Lively issue to Ryan Reynolds' brand as a whole?
It's a tough one.
Yeah, right.
It's his wife, and he sticks by her, and he's kind of towing the line with her on this whole thing. And there's another report that just came out recently about in Baldini's favor.
Yeah, the female crew member. You know, when Jeff and I were talking about the story way back when it was first beginning to break, we had heard from a couple of sources on set. And I think we said that on the show that they were very much in Baldini's favor, and that Blake was fabricating the stuff to take control of the movie. And these were people on set. And so,
I mean,
I'm not surprised that someone from the set came out and said the same thing. You know? So,
yeah.
I think it's damaging his brand, but like Michael said, it's her husband. He's got to stand by her because
he can't not say anything.
Right. That would damage his brand.
And I think he's fine, regardless of what happens. I think they're fine, but who knows?
He's a famous white dude. He's going to be fine. JJ Skywalker says, John and Mike for the win. Thank you, JJ. Appreciate that. Darren Rice says, John, you doing a Mania sleep along, surely watch along this weekend? Yeah, absolutely. I will be doing a watch along this weekend. I told the Lady Outlaw to leave town this weekend and go hang out with her sister and their dogs, but she is not doing it. And I said, well, I take no responsibility for 10 to 12 hours of yelling in my office while you're in the other room trying to do other stuff. So, but yeah, I will be doing a watch along. So join me live. I will do an NXT one for their thing on Saturday morning and WrestleMania later that day and on Sunday. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you want to watch along with me, please feel free to join me. Tyler Pfeiffer says, have you seen the Korean samurai zombie show Kingdom? I have not seen that.
Samurai zombies?
Yeah.
Just when you haven't seen, just when you thought you saw everything.
Wait, are there Korean samurai? Am I stupid about this? I thought samurai were only Japanese. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I can't speak on that.
And I fully admit that I'm being ignorant about this if I am. I had no idea there were Korean samurais. Gopal says, Hannah Murray was Gilly of Game of Thrones. Oh, right. Is she in adolescence or is that a different
Gilly? Sorry.
Oh, Gilly. Oh, right. The wife. Isn't she? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. I remember her in Game of Thrones. Yeah. Derek Johnson says, be honest with my guys. Don't hold back just because I support. If you disagree, let me have it. I'm not soft shell over here. LOL.
No, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you get your opinion.
Yeah.
Own your opinion, man.
Yeah, exactly. And we are the last two who are going to be, are going to hold back if we think you're wrong.
Yeah.
So, don't worry.
I'll tell you if you're wrong, pal.
Ewok says Warfare has a stellar crop of young actors. Who among them would you like to see in a DCU or MCU role down the line, or even in Star Wars or as Bond?
I saw a couple of it's funny. We're reaching that age. I'm reaching that age where there's a whole new crop of actors that are always in films that I don't usually see.
Yeah.
So I'm not like this. The guy playing Johnny Storm, he was in Stranger Things and
oh yeah, Joseph Quinn. Yes.
Yeah. Like he's a generational actor that if I was 20 years younger, I would have been all about knowing who this guy was.
Right.
Because he'd be in the films that I see. So all these guys in this movie Warfare, I know Will Poulter's in it.
Yeah, Will Poulter's in it.
I really like him. But other than that, there's so many new young faces that are just not familiar with.
Joseph Quinn is in the film as well.
Yeah, I know.
When you just mentioned Cosmo Jarvis. Right. Cosmo Jarvis from Shogun. He is in the movie.
Okay.
Finn Bennett is in the movie. Michael Gandolfini, who is in the Deadpool show right now, he's in the movie. A lot of young actors in the movie. Noah Centineo comes in halfway through the film. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I know. Yeah, he was the recruit on Netflix.
Oh, right.
He was going to be He-Man there for a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, he was Atom Smasher.
He was in the Black Adam movie. That's right. Yeah. So, and Charles Melton is in the movie as well. Charles is the guy from the film with was it Natalie Portman? Was it and Julianne Moore recently on Netflix that we got all the Oscar buzz but didn't get nominated for anything. But yeah, so a bunch of great young actors, kind of similar to Black Hawk Down with all these.
Yeah. That's a great example. Like Black Hawk Down, when I saw that, like I knew all the actors.
Right.
Even the younger, newer ones.
Yeah.
I was aware of who they all were.
Yeah.
That's a great analogy. Yeah.
I wonder, I mean, I will throw this out there because Cosmo Jarvis would be a very interesting James Bond. I think with you see him in things outside of Shogun, there's a real Daniel Craig energy to him that I think would be really interesting if you were to go that direction with Bond. So that'll be my choice that throw in there. Derek says, total agreement with Mike. I think it should have been a complete overhaul, but I'm still going to give this new iteration a shot, but it feels like they learned no lessons from the old DCEU. We'll see.
I don't agree totally with that. I think they are doing a lot of right, but there are a couple choices so far that I'm like,
yeah,
you're not sticking to your guns. The complete reboot is not the complete reboot.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be honest. You're cherry picking,
right?
Instead of doing a full reboot. And his wife is surviving as well. Jennifer Holland is being brought over as well.
You've got to understand, and again, it's the vocal minority, but they are the ones that are upset that like, well, you're only going to take these people, but not these people.
Right.
And then like Peacemaker is like, well, the events did happen in season Suicide Squad happened, but it's vague to the people involved, so they don't just cut it out, and it never happened, and you're starting over.
Cut it out. Just cut it out.
But hey, they're going, so we'll see.
PLD's in here. PLD Projects. This support is for Mike only. You mentioned my dead friend Zoe and not mentioned Ed Harris. For shame. Oh, Ed Harris. That's right. He's in.
I didn't even know the movie.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was in the movie. Wow. All right. I'm sure you saw it, PLD, so I'll defer to you on this one. But yes, apologies for not mentioning one of the great actors ever, Ed Harris. Dancing Dog 60. I snuck egg rolls into a theater. Oh,
egg rolls.
Oh, dude.
Get the hell out of here, dude. You imagine this guy stinking it up. He's probably got a shrimp egg roll next to you. Duck sauce. Look at him. Duck sauce and grease on his crotch.
Oh, right on. What foods have you snuck into a theater?
None. Because I eat popcorn like a civil adult. I get my bucket and my soda. And then, oh, no, here's one, Rocha. I'll talk about you clowns. So Comic-Con last year.
Yeah.
We all go, and it's either Gabay or Vogel got us all tickets to Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh, nice.
Remember that?
Yes.
We're like at 9 a.m. we're going.
I drove down to see you guys for this one.
Yeah. 9 a.m. And all these clowns, Rocha, Vogel, McClung, the Geek Buddies, they're ordering breakfast. I got McClung next to me with blueberry pancakes with blueberry compote on top and powdered sugar. Someone's eating an omelet next to me. At 9 a.m, I'm trying to eat popcorn watching a movie, and these clowns. Their breakfast sausages and grits.
To be fair, I
Benedict next to me.
I did not order any breakfast food because I didn't know they even served breakfast in that fucking theater. I'd never been to that theater before. So I ate before I went down, but I did get popcorn. But yes, you were right.
You guys know the Geek Buddies of Vogel and McClung. You could just imagine the smorgasbord of breakfast foods that was on these tables, and the smells wafting everywhere over popcorn and grease.
True. The princes got themselves paid.
The princes, little Lord Fauntleroy over there. His ex Benedict.
So good. Derek says they completely reset the DCU animated universe in 2023 with Tomorrowverse in preparation for Creature Commandos. And you're right, Mike, there's been a slump in the MCU.
Yeah, Derek, I'm with you on that. That Tomorrowverse was going strong.
Yeah.
But it was like 7 or 8 films, and they had to wrap it up with the Crisis thing because they're like, well, we can't keep these going. But yeah. What can you do?
I didn't even know they reset it, so I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, they're like 7 or 8 films. They're good though, but it's all the same animation style, so it works. It
nice.
Really kind of blends in well.
I got to see the Batman Ninja sequel as well because I like that first one. Hopefully they do better subtitles on that. Philly G, thank you, Philly G. Appreciate that. Noah S has just finished The Pit, by far the best show of the year so far, and probably won't be beat. Michael, would you agree? I have not seen it.
You haven't watched it?
No, I've only watched Shannon's scenes.
Okay, so I'll tell you this. Like, I'm not a medical drama guy. I think the last one I watched was ER.
Wow.
And I watched that because of Clooney and stuff. Like, I love the cast. So Shannon's watching it. My Shannon, she's got it on, and first episode, and I'm like, oh, I'll pop in when Shannon comes on, our buddy. And then 3 episodes later, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Then 2 days later, I come home and she's watching, and I'm like, oh, is this the first episode? Episode 4? She's like, I'm on episode 10. I was like, I thought we were watching this together. I made her go back and watch all 7 episodes. And then we just finished the past 5. Dude, let me tell you something. When I watch movies, and I'm not critical of actors because every actor has their own opinion on what they would do.
Right.
But the actors on this show, and Noah Wyle in particular, and knowing the dialogue that he has to deliver, the performance he has to give, and knowing that he's in almost every scene, like Emmy winning, like he needs to get an Emmy. This show needs to win the Emmy. It's insane. Like I am enthralled in this show, like I haven't in a very long time for a TV show. Wow. And I can't stand medical stuff.
Yeah,
they showed a pregnancy. That dude, I'm not nope. Okay. But it is awesome. Yeah, Noah, by far the Pit is phenomenal. Wow. Okay, it's so good. Yeah, you gotta watch it.
I gotta.
It's great. Noah Wyle, man. Yeah, that guy's.
Someone said it's The Wire. It's The Wire of medical dramas, and that has made me interested.
I kind of someone said ER meets 24, and it's but everyone is just so good. Even these there's this one guy, his name's Langdon in the show. He's like this is like his first acting credit. He's a theater guy, but he's phenomenal. He's so good. Yeah,
and I've heard there's like Bryan Cranston's daughter is in it.
Yeah.
And Brad Dourif's daughter is in it. So like there's a lot of strong acting talent throughout. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it. Darren writes says Gosling has to play Ben Kenobi. Oh, I mean he could, but it's already
Ken
taken.
Kenobi.
Oh, Ken Kenobi. Oh, has to play Ken Kenobi. Oh, okay. I guess. Dennis Hoffman says Rocha TSA pre-check is like $100 for a 5-year membership. Come on, LOL. Well, Dennis, the next time I do a live Outlaw Nation show, you can send me $100 and I'll sign up for it. I'm not leaving this country for the next 3.5 years. I am not leaving these shores at all. It is too dangerous for a Latino son of immigrants to be traveling in this outside the country right now. So Derek Johnson says John is like $75 for 5 years for pre-check. Oh, you motherfuckers.
They're giving you bargains there, Rocha. 75. Anyone got 50? Anyone got 50? I have $50. I have $50. $50. Anyone got 50?
Why don't you and Derek? Why don't you and
Rocha? I'll tell you this: I'm in the same bucket as you. I don't have pre-check, but I'm gonna go one up worse than you. So for Christmas, not this year, the year before, Shannon gave me a $100 Visa card. She's like, "This is for TSA pre-check because I have to wait for your ass every time." So get it. I haven't done it yet. I'm lazy. I'm just a lazy guy. I've got a gift card for it. I'm just lazy. Yeah. I don't have I have it, but I'm just lazy.
Yeah. We were supposed to travel later this summer, but we ended up canceling our plans. So I don't need it, but at some point down the road, I will need it, I'm sure, because I want to travel. Darren writes, John, you okay? Yes, honey. Just shouting at meaty men slapping meat. Hello. Yeah, that's right. That's for the Mania this weekend. Absolutely. No, she never asks if I'm okay. When I walk out to get a drink, she's always like, why are you so loud? What is going on there that you need to be that loud? I'm like, you have no idea. Tyler Piper says, not samurai. Just best way to explain about the Korean. Oh, so they're not samurai. Okay, good. I wasn't culturally insensitive, thank God. All right. Eric Krempa says, Rocha, I believe you said this in the past, but I'd love to hear Mike's take that Schmodown Orlando was the best live event of all time. I was in the room, just incredible. Well, I don't know if Mike feels the same way because he lost.
No, I don't. I lost.
Yeah.
I think it's the best event ever. I fucking lost. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. No, let me see. My best live event was either. I'll tell you which was a good one for me was me versus Cushing where I took the belt and it was in Comic-Con.
Oh,
but it was bad, but the audience, we just had a small audience because it was Comic-Con and it was off from outside of San Diego. It was like a half hour away. So it was just it was like Saturday night. So it was after Hall H. So it was just a bad time to get crowd, but that was a good one. But then the last big one we did, that was a really good one with when I beat Parker. That was a good one for me.
Oh, okay.
Live at night or the Four Horsemen reveal. That was something I wasn't involved in. That was a pretty damn awesome.
That was the night.
Here. But no, Orlando was not the best live event ever.
I mean, it was for me because I just enjoyed being down and I was so nervous. I really thought we were going to lose to you again. Like I just really thought it was going to happen again, and I didn't want to let Dan down, and I just was all up in my feelings. But like Dan was so amazing, and when what's his face won the manager bowl, no one saw Finstock winning that bullshit. I was like, crazy.
I'll say this with that one, even though losing that match, it wasn't one of those ones where afterwards I was down for the whole night.
No,
like, you went out of there, it was like, we lost. Okay. but it was such a good match. Like
You respected the
losing
yeah, 'cause it was a good
sucks.
match. Yeah.
But if you lose in a good match and you
Mhm.
just lose because you didn't know it, that's the best. If you lost on a question, you're like, that guy got that question and I got this thing, bullshit.
Yeah.
Those were the worst losses. But if it's a fair one the whole way and they beat us,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Live
I mean,
events are always great, though, especially when live events are awesome.
they are
Those-
when people are
those
in the
are
crowd.
best.
And all the hate you get online does not show up at the live events. You know, you when you show
Unless
up
you're
at live events,
PLD.
yeah,
PLD,
except
then it
for
shows up.
PLD. Even PLD gave me a ride in Houston. So I mean, like even he was gracious to me in Houston, for God's sakes. I was in there with a bunch of his other larger fellas, so it was a tight squeeze. But we got there. We got there. No, I agree. But Orlando was a fun time. It was great. The Horseman reveal was great. Yeah, but I hear you, Mike, because I will never get over losing the retirement match the way I did to Dan because I knew the answer and I didn't say it. And I will never get over that because it could have extended the match a little bit better.
It sucks.
It's the thing that haunts you, man. Armada says, how crazy would this show be by adding Snyder? LOL. I mean, the three of us doing a show would be insane. We'd eventually turn on each other and kill each other, but I think it would be a fun time until then. Simon says, John, I'm curious, Warfare, how does it compare to Saving Private Ryan opening scene? And I'm not talking about the funeral scene with the behind the young generation wearing the tight blue shirt. It's cold. No, it's not. It's not even remotely a comparison. You can't even compare it to Saving Private Ryan because that's a completely different film. This whole film is essentially a bottle film. You're in one battle the entire movie in one place. There is nothing else in the movie. You're in one place the whole time. So not even. It's like if you extended out the opening of Saving Private Ryan to be an hour and a half. That's what I would say. Andy Buford, two of the greatest. Thank you, Bergdorf. I appreciate that.
Andy.
Yeah. Darren Wright says, never snuck food, but I've bought a ticket for a PG-12, then snuck into the 18 film. Forget Naked Gun 3. I want to see Fortress. LOL. Oh my God. Wow.
Fortress. That's
is that Van Damme?
No. It's oh God, I know him. He's Raiden in Mortal Kombat. It's the French guy. Highlander.
Okay.
The hell's his name?
Highlander. Christopher Lambert.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Fortress. Yeah, all right.
Wow. That is Armand also says, you think Deathstroke and Bane movie still happening? Yeah, what do you think, Mike? Do you think it's still happening?
I mean, I think they're working on it.
Yeah.
That's what I do like about the DCU, what they're doing. It's like they're not green lighting something unless the script is great.
Yeah.
But there's talk of stuff. There's, we're doing this, but like we've got Superman, Supergirl, Clayface.
Yeah,
that's what's going right now. And I think Rock is dependent on the actor.
Agreed.
But they're not, they're talking stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. Armada says, genius news pitches. Finstock as Blake Lively's attorney in the Justin Baldoni court case with JT as the judge. Oh my God. She's finished before she walks in there.
Yeah, she's done.
Derek says, we need to donate 150 for you and Mrs. Outlaw. I mean, we can do that. Well, yeah, absolutely. Do it. Make it happen. Not on this channel. This is Christian's money. Do it on my channel. And Dancing Doll 60 says, as good as Daredevil is, the fact that Spider-Man never shows up is a little ridiculous since Kingpin has been such a Spider-Man villain in the comics.
I'm torn on that, man. I know there's everyone dying for him to meet and those guys to be together. It's like, I don't care if they never do. Like this Daredevil is so different.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like that Matt Murdock showed up as his lawyer. I think that was so
cool.
good. But if they never show up, I don't care. Yeah.
Well, I think fans are a little disingenuous too, Mike, because in the comics, Spider-Man doesn't show up all the time when Daredevil is dealing with stuff, dealing with Kingpin. So it's like, why would it happen in live action?
I believe, and I could be wrong, that Kingpin was originally the Spider-Man villain, but they just put him with Daredevil and it made so much more sense. They were just so much better together.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
someone who's
like Kingpin look with Spider-Man, like I don't know, man.
I think the Kingpin Daredevil is a better combo because you have a man who is hell-bent on evil and someone who is hell-bent on trying to do good in the world and trying to change that and is very Catholic guilt. I mean, it works.
Here's something like when he showed up in She-Hulk, I was like, all right, how are they going to do this if it's the same guy? And it did work. Yeah. But now you see how they went quickly away from that version.
Right. Yes.
The Born Again. He is a different, the suits are different. Yeah. And they did enough to go, yeah, that happened, but we're not. Yeah, that's the West Coast stuff.
Right.
Over here in the East Coast.
I did that.
He's a different guy when he goes over there.
Exactly. Yeah. Talk about code switching.
Yeah.
Derek Johnson says, I agree, John. It's a rough time to travel. I bring my passport and ID now just in case. Yeah, we got to get what is it? The new ID one you have to get by May.
I was trying to talk to someone about that. The real
Really?
ID, it's got a star on it. And I'm like,
yeah,
you got to provide but they want you to provide financial records, or what is it? You got to have a visa with $200 for some place to go or something.
Yeah, weird. I know it's really weird.
You get my passport. That's what you got.
Yeah, exactly. I got my passport. I keep it that way. All right. Well, that's everything. That's all the questions, Mike. 137 questions.
Holy Jesus.
We got one more from Derek. He says, that Clayface movie has a chance to be really special if they treat it seriously. I don't know. I wish it had happened with. I wish the same thing had happened with Swamp Thing. Maybe. How are we going to make sure that money goes to your pre-check? You can donate when I do a live show on my channel, or do the hot mic. Come down on the hot mic 4 p.m. on Thursday when we go live on the show. That would be the best way, Derek. For God's sakes. But yeah, I mean, it could be Clayface. I mean, yeah, that could be fun. Could be interesting to see how it all plays out.
My thought, I had said this to Harloff when we talked about last week. I think if the cards line up right, I think they do the Clayface movie, and that's when they announce who the Batman is in the DC. Like, he pops up at the end, and that's their kind of big announcement.
Yeah.
I think that would happen.
Yeah.
But I could be completely wrong.
I agree. All right. 137. Oh, wait, one more. Derek says, real OG, just go to DMV. They'll get you a new one. I know that. Yeah. All right. That's it. 138. We got to go. Thank you all so much. You guys have been amazing. Big shout out to Mike Kalinowski, brother. Great stuff with you. Always good to see you. Please let people
always know a pleasure.
Where they can find you, brother. Thank you, man.
At Mike Kalinowski. Simple, easy. That's where I am.
Do you have anything?
Hey, I can say this because it's you. Mm-hmm. Because Harloff, he has a problem about my Twitter and stuff. Like, you get me. We're the same with our mouths online. So here we go. Twitter. That's where we're at.
Yeah, you can play it safe.
Man, you got to use it.
You can play it safe, or you can stand for something. And so Mike and I put our balls out there sometimes with our posts. It's just who we are, And nothing against how Kristian does it his way. We do it our way.
Hey, that's exactly right. But I know it's you and I right now. We can pump that Twitter a little bit.
Exactly.
He's like, Jesus Christ, if I could take away your Twitter, I would.
I know. He says it to me all the time. And I go, why? You want to milk toast me too? No, thanks. No, thanks. Let me be me. All right, Mike. Great to see you, man. Take care, brother.
Have a Bye, friend. See you, buddy boy. Bye, guys.
All right, there was Mike Kalinowski hanging out with us today. We got a couple more that rolled through here. Thank you, Andy Bergdorf and Carver Tate says, thank you both so much for being a helpful distraction during this terrifying time. Thank you, Carver. Thanks for letting us. People, you guys are so kind when you come into our shows. And I hope I can speak for Kristian Harloff when I say this on my shows as well, my channel as well. When you guys thank us for distracting you, entertaining you, making you laugh. First of all, thanks for being patrons of our shows and watching our shows and giving us views and likes and comments and all of that. But the second part of it is thanks for letting us entertain you. Thanks for letting us be in your lives. Thanks for letting us, distract you from the madness that's going on in the world, because we're all feeling it. We're all going through it. Whatever you're feeling, maybe whatever side of the fence you're on and all this stuff, I think everyone's feeling the pinch in one way or another. So the fact that you allow us to entertain you and take your mind off things and distract things, that's an honor for us. It's a blessing for us. So, thank you for letting us do that. So I just want to say that to everyone who says that. So thank you, Carver. You're the best. As for me, you can follow me at The Rocha Says on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and Blue Sky and Threads. I'm on all of that there at The Rocha Says. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate that. I'm at 37.4. Would love to get to 50 by the end of the year. We're already in April, so I got to get a move on and could use your assistance. And I guarantee you it's great content there. YouTube.com/John Rocha Says. We got the hot mic tomorrow at 4 p.m. PT Live. We got Jedi Way coming up later on today. Going to put that out probably tonight or tomorrow morning. The Geek Buddy is going to be all over stuff this week. And then I'll have stuff over the weekend, reviews and what have you going on. Plus trailer reactions. The new Thunderbolts trailer just dropped while we were doing the show. So I'll probably react to that here after I take a few minutes of a break. So please head on over there, youtube.com/John Rocha Says, the Outlaw Nation. Subscribe to the channel. I guarantee you great content that you will enjoy. And I'm always open to hear from you all what you think is best. But this is the Kristian Harloff channel. So make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you become a member. Join the membership. Leave comments. Hit a like on this video is really important. Hitting a like on this video. And tell everybody about the Kristian Harloff Show. And look out for more episodes coming up over the next few days here live on the Kristian Harloff channel. I think tomorrow is Steph, and then the Capes and Cows people on Friday will entertain you. Oh, and one more plug. Winston A. Marshall and I will be back next week on the Outlaw Nation channel with Spill the Tequila. We will now be a weekly show on the Outlaw Nation channel every week, Tuesday around 4 p.m. That's the plan right now. So come and join us. We'll have new graphics, new video, everything new going on there. And we'll be covering all the crazy stuff going on in the world of entertainment and outside the world of entertainment as well. So Spill the Tequila will be back weekly starting next week on the Outlaw Nation channel. Another reason to subscribe. You know me and Winston A. go a little crazy when we do our show together. So, all right. Thank you, guys. Love you madly. Take care of yourselves. Be well. For Kristian Harloff, I am John Rocha. That was Mike Kalinowski. And we'll talk to you next time with another brand new episode here of the Kristian Harloff Show. Have a great Wednesday. Peace, everybody. Peace.